All right. For those who are tuned in and watching, welcome to the Chronicles of Many Realms. I am Nathaniel. I am one of the DMs that are on the cast here. Today I am one of the players. I'll let each person introduce themselves. We'll start with up by you, Ben.
Hi, I'm Ben. I'm the DM for this first session. Hello. This one shot will be in my world, which is gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun.
All right, we'll go around to Josh. That's that way.
Hey there, I'm Josh. I am a player and going to be playing all these games. I am not a DM, so no storytelling for me.
And then down over to Joe.
Well, I'm the last one. I'm Joe. I'm also a DM. Sooner or later, we'll get around to a one-shot in my world filled with chaos and magic.
Alrighty. Quick before we dive into the story. Each of our campaign worlds between Joe, myself, and Ben, we have our own little homebrew rules. It's our own homebrew world. So if there's any questions about any of the rulings, throw them into the chat. I can answer them through here. But I hope y'all enjoy, and I'll let Ben get right into the storytelling.
So, I will read to all of us a small excerpt from a poem titled The Last Voyage of the Third Blade. I remember that fateful day as rise turned into fall, and cheerful face was cast in gray when the third blade missed her last call. Our story, however, starts off on a sunny day in spring of the year 1111, the Fourth Age. 8 days out from the port of Kren, one of the largest ports in the Kingdom of Shiar, one of the eastern civilized areas in the western part of the world, the Third Blade, a mighty warship, set sail, leaving her port of call, and heading out on what was supposed to be a seasonal-long journey out west, patrolling one of two sides of a linkage to the archipelagos known as the Chain. 8 days out from port, she spied a known pirate turned part-time slaver known as Sheer Brook, who is captain of the Destiny. She has started this chase, and we are now on hour 4 of this chase. As the seabirds scream and the waves crash against the proud hull of the Third Blade, Whistler calls up into the crow's nest to you, Barnabas. What's the commotion like? What's she looking?
Still a ways out. Nothing much.
You see Brooke at all?
So I kind of, and for the audience, this is a very dark-skinned man, taller, standing about 6'1", 6'2", broader shoulders, however, a more lean build, definitely not a bulky build, as he peers out of the crow's nest. Do I make a perception check?
You would, and you would have advantage as you would be using Whistler's spyglass.
So that'll be a total of a 25.
With a total of 25, you can see the Destiny, about 80 feet from bow to stern, bow being the front of the ship, stern being the rear of the ship. Double-masted, very ratty construction. You can see swarming crew all about the deck, but there is no sign of one Captain Sheer Brook.
No sign. A bit chaotic, though. I think they're scared.
That's good. Captain Whistler, himself a man nearing his mid-60s, is a tall, proud, stern-looking individual. His hair bleached white from long days in the salt and sun, his skin tanned and leathery. He turns aside to his bosun, a one Bronson Brawnamble, a heavy-set dwarf of middle years, as he instructs him, "Head down below. Make sure the men are ready. Remember, we're not firing shots. He's taken to slaving, so don't wish to lay waste to the poor souls down below." Bronson nods and makes his way down, nodding to you, Colton, and saying to you, "All right, lad, make sure you're ready. And remember, keep the pyrotechnics down to a minimum. There's innocents aboard there, potentially."
Of course. I will do everything in my power.
Silas, you also hear this as you approach the upper decks, getting ready to be the first man over the siding when you close. Colton, Silas, if you would care to describe your characters.
I'll go ahead and go first. So he's a very regular man. Short, bright brown, fading into a blonde hair. Very common clothes. Changed into more of the regular sailor's garb. He carries with himself normally only a pouch and one dagger.
Silas?
And then Silas here. He is very stout, very, very buff, bulky looking man. He is a clean shaven head with a hefty beard growing with. It's a bit ragged because of all the seawater it gets in it. He is lightly armored with just a small breastplate on him, and then he carries along his little buckler on his one arm, and then he has his sword sheathed on his left side. And then dirty, dingy boots with sailor's attire underneath his armor.
Drew, the master gunner, will, as is his wont before his guns are needed, is traipsing around above the deck, inspecting some of the musk locks that are chained to the gunwales, poking around at stacks of rope, and generally making a nuisance of himself. You can tell he's making a nuisance by the cacophony of irritated shouts, slurs, and curses that follow him around wherever he trips on the deck. He is going to approach you, Silas, and just go, "All right, so we're finally going to get this guy, huh?"
Yes, it's been quite a while. I've been waiting for this.
I hope that he has nothing aboard that's too precious.
Let's hope not.
And Andrew will eventually, after several more hollers and jests, slink his way down.
I would make a moment to approach him before he goes down.
So you catch him as he starts ducking his head down to head into the lower decks as he sees you. "Ah, Colton, what do you want? What's up with you?"
I just ask that you remember this ship does have precious cargo. People. We can't just go in guns ablaze.
"I won't fire until the order's given. I promise you that."
That's all I can ask. And when the order is given, we'll rain hell.
"Ah, we will." And Colton disappears into his realm. One of soot, steel, and flash.
So as the I'm assuming that I'm stuck up in the crow's nest for a majority of this chase.
Yes, and it is a relatively peaceful spot. Individuals generally don't climb 80 feet to talk to the lookout.
Fair enough.
However, with your keen eye and general awareness, something seems unusual. You are racing towards a... First of all, you have not left the coast.
Yeah.
Unusual because the Destiny is actually seaworthy. She is not a coastal galley. She is a sailing ship capable of sailing in the deeper waters that churn in the Jasmine Sea. And she's also not outrunning you. This would make sense if she were heavily laden with cargo or, the gods forbid, slaves. But she's running high in the water, and she's also not running at full sail. She is keeping ahead of you for sure, but she is not pulling away as she would be wont to do, especially with the third blade currently barely out of port with almost full provisions.
Captain, do you think we should be catching up still? They don't seem fully laden in cargo.
We've been catching up well enough. It is a bit unusual, but Brooke was all imbecile.
Stupid does not equate to inept.
Right, but nonetheless, we'll chase him down unless something juicier comes across us.
I'll just keep an eye out now that I've had that brief realization.
And while you are keeping your eye out, nothing much changes over the course of the next hour and a half.
And Brooke never surfaces during this time?
No.
Okay.
The deck is, again, it is awash with activity. The helmsman seems to be a steady hand, mostly just following the line of the coast. And the third blade is starting to catch up. This third blade starts rapidly gaining once they start tacking up, once they start adjusting their rigging and furling sails. And even as you notice this, a bunch of the crewmen aboard the ship also begin to notice and shout and call and say, "What's she doing? What's going on? Why is she going like this? How do they understand why she's moving the way she's moving? What's going on, Barnabas?"
I can't tell. Looks like chaos.
And as you continue to watch this further development, as you are currently a little under a mile away from this ship, she is coming to a slow stop. She has cut away from the coastline by about half a mile or so, and is currently coming about to face to bring her port broadside in line with you.
Is that a cannon side at all?
Yes. She has a single deck of cannons, and she is currently adjusting her rigging for battle sail.
They're going to fight us! Battle stations!
Ball stations, and you hear the clangor of the chiming bells and the ringing of the underdecks as all the men begin to approach battle stations. Colton,
Yes, sir.
get
Captain.
up in the prow. I want to make sure that you do not try any tricks.
Of course. I'll go and take my position.
Silas,
Yes, sir.
get you and your men ready.
Will do. All right, boys, get ready to go.
This ship wouldn't happen to have any ramming features, would it?
He does not have a ram.
Okay.
Neither ship does, correct?
No.
Okay.
From your position, you were able to see that the Destiny also has not been outfitted with a ram at all.
That's good.
So
At this point, yeah, would I be directed to come down from the crow's nest, or am I staying
you would
lookout?
you would be expected to come down.
Okay, then I would make my way down from the crow's nest.
You climb down, and you have proven yourself in combat, so you would be part of Silas's boarding crew.
Alrighty. Silas, from what you've seen from Barnabas, he seems to just be where he shouldn't be in fights all the time. Just making fun of an enemy, and then all of a sudden the enemy's getting stabbed from behind by an ally, or vice versa. And all he does is he just wields a single cutlass in the battle.
Perfect.
So.
As you continue forward, you hear the rip of a distant volley of cannon fire as the Destiny opens up with her broadside. Very short. You are well beyond the furthest range that any of her guns could reach. And it is unsettling. It's the range that these cannons have. It'd be the equivalent of trying to throw a baseball into space, is what these shots were. Utterly,
it was a waste of ammo.
Yeah, it was straight up just a waste of shot.
They're terrified. Lovely.
As I was telling the captain, terrified and dumb does not equate to inept. Something is not right here. Be on your guard, all of you.
Third blade continues to continues to approach the Destiny. You are now only about half a mile away and steadily gaining. Still well outside of cannon range. But again, another salvo cracks out towards you from this ship.
Are they definitely aiming at us too? Like, it's not like they're aiming.
Oh,
Yeah,
yes, they
okay.
are. Yeah, it's. You expect that if they were ratcheting the traverse of these cannons any higher in their carriages, they would be blowing holes in the upper deck.
Genius. Okay.
The distance continues to close, and again, it's just that tense anticipation. You can still hear all the wild coastal sea life that you've been hearing and listening to has gone dead silent after the blast of these cannons. And the third blade continues to approach, now actually within range of the enemy ship, as another salvo rips out from her belly. However, the few shots that even manage to reach the third blade ricochet off of her hull, leaving surface level scuffs and little else. As there's a hearty roar and cheer from your crew as the third blade again shrugs off yet another futile gesture from her quarry as the ship continues to move forward. You can hear Bronson down below starting to beat a very deep, dwarvish tune upon a drum to get the entire ship ready for war. Just a steady, very deep, bassy reverberation that takes up the entire ship. A few of the crew even begin to sing a very colorful dwarvish drinking song in time with the beats as you continue to pull forward as other members of the crew not associated with the boarding party begin to furl sails, adjust rigging to come in alongside and grapnel up to this ship. One final salvo puts out as you are now 800 feet away, less closing. These shots actually do strike the side of the third blade.
How long would those strikes have been in the air?
Oh, easily a couple seconds.
Uh, would I have been close enough to intercept one of those shots with a spell of watery sphere, trying to catch it before it hits the hull?
You can certainly try.
Okay.
The big brain plays over here.
So yeah, I will 90 feet away from the ship, trying to get in line with one of these. How far up above the waves are they?
The gun line for the Destiny is only about 7 to 8 feet above the water.
Okay. Then they aren't flying like 20, 30 feet above water. They're flying. Okay,
Yeah,
then
they're
yeah, I
flying like
will
maybe
90
10, 15
feet. Yeah, 9 feet out or 90 feet out from the hull of the third blade. I'm going to cast watery sphere um, to stop one at least of the, if not multiple, if they're within
All right. I'll
5 feet of each other.
I'll have you make a spellcasting ability roll to see how accurately you can position this sphere in this short period of time.
Well, that is the first roll and the first crit of the night.
All right. So I will for this I will give the third blade resistance to the damage of this shot. As you watch Colton step forward, whirl his hands around, and a ball of flickering, shifting, dripping water rises up as he sweeps it sideways, and you watch as a film of water hits a couple of the cannonballs, hit this, stop, and then almost like watching an arrow strike water, it goes and sinks underneath as you catch quite nearly almost half of these cannonballs. Some of them still manage to punch through, but you can hear them almost like just as they strike the side of the third blade, their energy almost completely removed. And then let me just do some math real quick.
Oh god.
Greatest weakness.
And even the shots that don't get swept up by your watery sphere, they strike either way too high above the water line and so are basically like punching a hole in the upper deck, not a serious threat. However, I will need to roll for the crew to see if any of your guys' gunner crew was struck. And they hold on.
Oh no, not them.
A couple of crew are gadded by splinters. That's the number one killer. The cannonball doesn't kill you. The foot-long splinters of wood that it shoves through your chest are.
There.
That'll do it.
However, it was way, way less terrible than it could have been, and only a couple members of your crew were struck, and none of them fatally, however.
That's good. That's really good.
Yes, Colton, you did a massive benefit as pulling up near and alongside Silas.
Yeah.
Barnabas,
All right.
it is now you and your men. As you start getting ready, can I get whoever is going to... Silas. I'm assuming you would like to be in charge of starting off the grapnels, but who else would you put in charge of this?
My friend here, and then do I know of any other?
God.
Hmm?
Nothing. No, you're good.
What?
Are these things are more of a strength based thing or a dexterity based thing?
Well, you're not strong, are you?
That's why I asked. Is it more of a strength or a dexterity based thing?
I'm gonna find the beefy lads along with me to yuck these things over the side of the
I
ship.
am not beefy.
Cool.
So the usual suspects,
Usual suspects.
whirling their grapnels around, begin launching them over the side. A few of your men begin grabbing musklocks, shouldering them, and
Oh no, not the
Finding out
musk
if-
locks.
finding out if some of them explode.
For those of you who don't know, musk locks are the experimental guns of Ben's world, and they tend to misfire a decent amount.
They do not use gunpowder. They use a special blend of fuel which smells like musk, hence their name. This fuel is held
Yeah, Blade.
like pressure vessel that sits on top, and when you pull the trigger, you're just igniting almost like a lighter, a little bit of that fuel to launch the projectile. Better hope that pressure vessel isn't compromised in any way, or you have basically an M80 about that close to your right eye. And only one of them explodes.
Ah, yeah.
Only one. Okay.
Only one.
Just the one out of how many, Ben?
8.
That's not good numbers, Ben.
It's not. It only has like a 15% chance of happening.
12.5.
So, as you pull up along the side, you are looking down the ship. The third blade, compared to the Destiny, is massive.
Yeah.
The third blade is 120 feet long, 40 feet at her widest point. The Destiny is 80 feet and like 20 feet at her widest point. She is technically a brig.
Okay.
She is more, but generally speaking, she is more of a galley that outgrew her oars.
Okay. And the crew that we're staring down at from up here
are fighting back.
Okay, alright, cool.
As I would like all of you to roll initiative.
Oh, good at these.
Boy.
I'll take it.
Two sides to every dice.
Oh,
Yeah.
goodness.
And there's at least 6.
That's
No,
good.
at least 4.
That's good, Josh. Glad you're rolling well already. Starting off strong.
I am not wrong. Well,
Starting off strong, Josh.
nope.
So, even better. All right, Colton.
Second roll is the first natural one of the stream.
Very good. Barnabas.
I had a 17. Sorry.
And Silas.
9.
All right. Surprising no one at the top of the order. Barnabas, as the grabnose lock in, biting deep into wood, the shouts of men and the creaking of timbers and oars as you are pulled up and now locked in alongside of the
All right,
Destiny.
let me read this quick. Make sure I use this properly. All right. Can I find anybody who has nothing who's kind of isolated on their own currently?
A quick sweep of the ship.
Yeah.
Your deft lookout's eye. There are a couple individuals. There is whoever is at the helm right now, who is armed in like this bulkier, kind of thick, heavy, studded leather kind of armor with a big ovular shield on his arm.
Okay, all
He's
right.
currently taking a rope and affixing a piece of wood to the wheel to lock the wheel and to lock the rudder.
Okay. Would I be able to use an action to make an acrobatics check to kind of like deftly dive over this first row, like jump over this first row of engaging people and trying to make a beeline for him?
Yes, I will say you will have to use your bonus action to disengage, or they will be able to swipe at you.
That's fine. Yeah, I can do that. Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Okay. All right, make your check as
Total of a 19.
19. It will take half your movement, but you're able to leap over the 5 to 6 foot stretch between ships and land kind of in among them, doing a quick tuck and roll, and then lurching off to the right side to approach this singular man. He looks a bit orcish. He does have the protruding classic right with the big with the tusks as you see him whip over to look at you and give a big smile as he pulls just this meaty, heavy looking, almost like a notched machete type blade from a loop in his belt.
Yeah, I'll draw my cutlass and just kind of, oh, you're a fun one then. This will be good. And that's I'm pretty sure that's my turn. That's my movement, my action, and my bonus action. So
you still have your action.
Oh, I still have my action? Am I able to get to him?
Yeah. As long as you were prepared at the start of this to leap overboard, which I assume is a very classic you thing.
Yeah.
Then yeah.
I will then be making an attack roll.
All right.
Will a 15 hit?
It will not, as you just call this out and strike forward. He manages to whack your blade aside, and then as you were rebuffed by this, you come back in with another stab, and he beats it down. He goes, puny mockale.
Well, now it is my turn. Hey, but he can't make opportunity attacks against me, so I got that going for me.
There's that. Next up is actually his turn.
Oh, lovely. This is gonna hurt.
He will repay blow for blow in kind. And he's only gonna swing at you 3 times.
Only? Easy.
I thought you said blow for blow.
Yeah, I only swung once. Hey.
Blow.
The first swing. Probably not going to hit unless your AC is a 13.
That will not hit.
The second swing is a 21.
Yeah, that'll get me.
That'll do it.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Third and final swing is also a 21.
You couldn't have rolled like a 19?
No. Never.
Not possible. Not scientifically possible. And so, with his, technically this is a light axe. Or a throwing axe, whatever the hand axe is.
Hand axe, yeah. This is just called a hand axe. You're close.
19 points of slashing damage.
What was the first hit? How much damage was that? Because I have my uncanny dodge still.
The first hit is 9 points of damage.
I would uncanny dodge the first one, so I will only take 4 from that one, and then it was 10 on the second one.
Yes.
Okay, so I'll take 14 damage.
Yes. He comes in with the first swing. You're able to kind of take the edge on your blade and then redirect it side rather than hitting you in the throat where he was aiming. He only kind of gashes you across the shoulders. And then the next blow comes in. You're totally unprepared for this one. It gets you as a nice solid chunk. I think a nice, hopefully not going to become infected cut along your right arm.
We can hope.
You can only hope. You know, it's bad. And he starts hounding you down. Next up, after him, comes Silas.
Ah, what do I see?
You see that your men are currently stepping down to the side as down below there are a handful of these pirates launching quarrels from light little crossbows at your men, while others are ducking down and then you hear the sharp crackle of rifle fire and the shout of combat and effort and the creaking of timbers and sails and the sloshing of waves in between these two ships as the rest of your men are starting to lift up and get the boarding planks ready to thrust them down below to get onto the deck of the ship.
And then how far is it between this ship and our ship?
At the widest point up at the prow, like 12 to 15 feet. The closest part, like where Barnabas just jumped over, is about 6 to 7 feet. It's hard to keep it constant because they're like the levels are like this, sloshing between each other.
I saw Barnabas jump right up to the top.
You saw Barnabas leap over, basically shoulder check a guy, and then beeline towards what looks to be one of the heaviest armored individuals on this ship.
And how many people are in front of him to make sure I can, make sure he doesn't get swarmed? How many people are on top of the deck?
From top of the deck?
Yeah.
Right now, it looks to be about 20 some odd figures. 28.
And how many people do we have on our side?
A lot more than that.
Currently, in your boarding crew, you have somewhere around 50 men.
Yeah.
Cool.
More than likely, they're probably more focused on your group than me currently.
Yeah. So, I'm gonna go. All right, men. We need people to go down below. Make sure they stop firing the cannons at us. And also make sure that if there's any people, save them. All the people on top, I need 20 with me as well. Let's go. I'm gonna just jump over to the other side.
Make an athletics check as you just basically plant one boot on the railing and leap across.
26?
More than easily enough. You clear the distance. Roll a d8, please.
Oh, some guy's getting absolutely just boot smashed.
Quick question. In your armor, how much do you weigh?
Oh, God.
250 plus pounds.
Some guy's getting obliterated.
Roll a d6.
D6? No. I already rolled a D8. I rolled 2.
Just roll well on the D6.
Yeah.
Worse. A lot worse. 3.
So, you land on one guy, and fortunately for you, you don't land on any of the bristling steel cutlasses or bilge hooks or gaffer's hooks or anything like that. As you just land on this guy's shoulders, he is now underneath you, prone, kind of.
Who's all around me right now?
You are surrounded on both sides by men. A point of note for you, as you are now a fairly perceptive individual and you are close enough, these are the heaviest armed pirates you've ever seen.
Yeah.
Most of them are wearing some kind of armor. Some of them are even wearing chain shirts.
Holy
halberd.
shit.
What the fuck? That's
Then
not
you get
right.
some- yeah, it's even the crossbows. The crossbows are well made. Their weapons finely owned. Some of them are wielding small little, like probably foot diameter buckler shields, or like little steel discs. They are well armored, and they are all now like after the initial shock of oh my god, this guy just jumped down like 20 feet to get to us.
Oops. So I'm gonna call the heavily armored boys. Watch out! And as that happens, I'm going to chant a little bit in Dwarvish. Oh god, yeah. I'm gonna cast out my blade and summon blades around me. I'm gonna cast sword blast around me, and within a 5
Sword burst.
radius,
Oh, that's such a
within,
good ability.
and within 5 feet of me, every person needs to make a dex save.
Every person, and what is this ability called?
Sword burst.
Sword burst.
It's a spell from Tosh. It's a
Yeah,
Eldritch Knight
I
cantrip.
remember now.
Yeah,
All
so
right.
good for this type of situation. I didn't even think of that.
That's not great, Chief. And I'll do just like three. So the guys closest to you do not succeed.
It's 5 foot radius. That's all it is.
Yeah, it's just directly around.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, the guy underneath you did not succeed. Let's do everyone. I'll do this purple one is the left side, and the gray one is the right.
Ben's got his own little map
Wow.
there.
The right. Oh, jeez. Where'd I?
Josh had to start rolling damage. This isn't looking good for them.
Yeah, start rolling damage, please. Unless, one of them might die. Oh crap! No, it's in this one. I am.
I mean, you're damaging at least 2. That's good, at least.
Does a 14 make your save?
No.
So all of them fail.
Okay, the damage total is only 5 though. 5 force
Oh, okay.
damage.
That's not bad.
Okay, fine.
It's 2d6, and I rolled a 1 and a 4.
If it dealt it to like 4 people though, that's like 20 damage for a cantrip.
Yeah, and then I guess the person below me is still alive, right?
Yeah, he's barely. He's like, oh, at first he was like trying to get you off, but then as you release this, like almost like a phantasmal band of saw blades that rips out from you, he get.
Yeah, and sorry, sweet cheeks. Bonus action. I'm gonna take my sword, flip around, right in his throat.
Oh no!
Make your attack roll with advantage.
17 to hit.
You kill. No, you-
Alrighty,
Start the tally, Josh.
I
Sweep
guess.
your blade. Flick upwards, a small little petal of blood, a ribbon following the tip of your blade. As you stand there ready, the rest of them now look, at least the ones close to you, look way less interested in messing with the guy who just did all that.
Whoa! I don't like your magic, Magic Man.
Yeah, that's my turn.
All right.
Next,
Next,
I guess I would stare down the next person like, you're next, shitter.
next up after Silas comes them. The
Oh.
ones closest to you are going. There's going to be this kind of press push around you as a handful. The ones you hurt step back from you a short ways. The ones further away who weren't hit by this and just saw a couple little bits are going to start approaching you. There will be 3 attacks against you.
I just imagine the JoJo's like, oh, so you're approaching me.
Wow. 2 natural ones and a 19.
19 total?
Yeah, 19 to hit.
That hits you, Josh?
Macy's not that
dang.
high.
That's fair. All right.
I have a breastplate and I have a +1 dex, so my AC base is 15. I have a +2 shield though.
Okay.
So, you take. Where did I? Oh, there. Wow. 3 points of damage.
Is that it? So scared.
However,
Uh-oh.
the crossman among the
Silas is a
crew,
fucking badass.
as Silas, you are struck at from multiple sides. You duck behind your shield, release a little gimmicky puff of sparks that most like makes it that swat at his beard, which would just set on fire a little bit. But the third one manages to duck below that and come in and shiv you a little bit right underneath, in between the gaps of your plate, as you kind of knock his blade aside and you're ready to release another devastating blow against him. The archers, the crossman leaning up against the side, just firing upwards. You hear a couple of your men. Argh! Again, the sounds of fighting and combat from either side as the projectile lob back and forth between them. As your crew also starts, you can hear the sound of scraping wood from behind you. Too busy to look, you can't make sure, but you recognize the audio cues as the gangplank begins to be slid off over the side of the gunwales before it will eventually come crashing down onto the side of the ship, locking them two securely together. After this, on top of this as well, I have to make some.
Oh, oh no.
You hear the scream and boom of another one going up. They are going up like hotcakes in this fight. However, the one individual that managed to stab you gets one more growl before just the side of his head rips sideways and he collapses.
Nice shit, man.
As next up, Colton.
Oh,
Uh-oh.
Magic Man's going.
The real Magic Man.
Yeah, I am Magic Light.
You're
The-
correct, but
The magic.
what do you expect from someone who's been instructed don't destroy the fucking ship?
Brother shit, obviously.
You got spells, right? You got, like, Cloud Kill or something up there.
Makes so much sense for the character Cloud Kill. No, I'll be casting a second level Chaos Bolt, targeting one of the crossbowmen.
Oh, he can bounce it.
I assume they're within 120 feet of me, so.
Oh yeah.
Huh.
Will a 23 hit?
Yeah.
So I'll roll the first D8. The first D8 will decide what damage type it is as well. It's a 5, so it's lightning damage.
Uh-oh. Weapon is really shocking, isn't it? If it's metal.
5, 8.
It's gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt a lot.
That's 20 lightning damage.
Yeah. So this crossman you see as he is hunkered down. Again, they're doing everything they can to get any modicum of cover from these musklock users up on the third blade. And as he is busy planting his foot in the stirrup and pulling back on the crossbow, you hit him. The lightning bolt hits him so hard that he convulses to the floor, just shaking. You can see steam and heat. The bits of his armor where the bolt and where your ball of energy struck him in the back. You can see the glowing, like reddish, heated links of his hauberk where your bolt struck into him, and he is just totally, irrevocably dead.
Understandable. With that, I mean, in my offhand, I'll draw my dagger and end my turn.
All right. And now
you have a knife!
if everyone be so kind as to reroll your initiative.
Yeah.
Shit, that's right.
Wow, what a time to crit, am I right, guys?
Hey! I rolled the exact same.
Critty on initiative. Best thing since sliced bread, am I right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
That is when you want to do it.
That's what I want. That's when I want my crit. Not on my attack rolls or rogue. Definitely on my on my initiative roll.
Yes. So you can fail faster.
Yes.
All right. Colton.
That is a 6 from me.
Barnabas.
27.
Small number. Silas.
9. Again.
All right.
Am I going first?
Yeah.
No.
Making my attack roll. That is a 27 to hit this time.
It does hit it.
Is he still isolated, as in no one next to him?
Yes, a few of the men are starting to approach, but you guys are currently backing around, moving side to side.
Yeah. It's kind of a classic, like, dancing back and forth. I'd be, like, dancing around this wheel, the steering wheel. Basically, I'm trying to get him to slash into the rope when I can.
So he is fighting. Sit still. And as he goes for this big overhead swipe, let's see how much damage you deal to him.
Oh god. That's a total of 32 damage from that one.
Oh.
I am a rogue.
So few points.
And that is my attack action. Bonus action. I don't dual wield. So I'm not gonna. I should start doing that. Yeah, would I be able to draw my second cutlass with my offhand?
Yeah, you can draw as a free action.
Yeah.
You can draw.
Then I will, and then I'll dance around, and swing at him again with the other cutlass. And I know I don't get my sneak attack on this one, but
As he goes with that big overhand slash, you.
Yeah, and that's going to be a 24 to hit.
That hits. Remember, you don't add your ability modifier to this damage roll.
I know. Oh, yeah, I know. So it's just 5.
5 points of damage.
Yep. And then I'm going to try and position myself on the opposite side of the wheel from him, because I can move out of his melee range without provoking an opportunity attack because of my fancy footwork from being a swashbuckler.
So, as you go with that massive stab right into his unprotected armpit, and as he comes back around with a big heave, lopping off one of the pegs on the side of this wheel, you get another as you float backwards away from this, and then come back in with a nice little slash right on the underside, just along his collarbone, nicking the bone itself. As you dance back away with just this shit-eating grin on your face.
Come on, swing at me. Come on, I'm right here. No, over here this time.
As you pivot yourself and you put the wheel between yourself and him, as you can see his orcish, just kind of yellow, jaundiced eyes filling up with bloodlust and hate, as he is actually up next. And he will
Lovely.
swing down. His first strike will be at disadvantage because you put the wheel in between yourself and him. He's not thinking clear enough to try and not swing at However, he still rolls crazy high, 22.
Yeah, that'll hit.
All right. So his first swing will deal. As I keep on flipping back and I don't know why I keep on leaving that page. 10 points of damage.
I'll take it, I guess.
He swings down and still his forearm breaking through. Again, that's the outer band of the wheel snapping through the thin, wet, rotted wood. As his arm gets he pulls it back through, steps around the wheel. He has fully cut the rope, and now the wheel and the tiller itself are just kind of locked in turn, no longer being forced to turn a certain way. And he comes around it and makes another 2 just massive, thoughtless overhead swipes down at you. Well, And both those thoughtless overhead swipes fail with a natural 1 and an 11.
With the natural 1, is it possible that I could, using his swing, just start spinning the wheel?
Yes, you could. Actually, no.
Okay.
For the sole reason that turning the wheel is like, imagine rolling a big, like a millstone along a road. Because that's
Oh,
how
gotcha. Yeah, it's
weightless.
not. Yeah. Okay, gotcha.
It's for those that don't know, it's not weightless. You are physically using this wheel to turn the rudder in the water
Okay. All right.
using a rope and pulley
Okay.
attached to the tiller.
Interesting. So would that be like a full action thing?
Yeah, it would be an
Okay.
action. It would be like your full turn steering the ship and turning the wheel.
I'll keep this in mind. All right.
However, after his turn, tied with beating all ties, tied with initiative count 20, the bell, you hear shouts coming from the side and other yells as Colton, you being the only individual on the ship so you have a decent view, you can see off from the coast emerging from outside of a concealed cove is another pair of ships. Again, the coast is only like a few hundred feet out, so they are now pulling out and heading in your direction. Make a history check, please. With advantage because you've been on board the Third Blade for so long.
He's been here for 5 years.
16.
Colton, it hasn't started yet, but you recognize the Wind Wraith when you see her. The main ship of Pernell Fa, a cutthroat corsair out from the east around the desert of Tarn.
Mm-hmm.
Alongside her, being rowed into position, is what might have at one point been a desert Kalimshit's. I don't know, a desert Tanzir, that's their title. A Tanzir's pleasure barge, but has been stripped of its oars, of its mass, and is now exclusively rowed. And on board its deck are 2 huge catapults. As they are now getting in position and heading towards you.
So I guess this is more for Joe's character, but it's
Yep.
a question that I have. This pirate, or this corsair, do we know at all what side they normally take in things like this?
She is a pirate through and through.
So she picks the winning side, or if she can win, her own side. Cool.
And so, after initiative count 20, we go to the rest of your crew, who have just finished pushing this heavy gangplank on, the steel teeth bits of its front edge latching on securely to the side of the deck as the rest of the crew finishes lashing it on, tying the ends off tight, and your crew begins to make their way up and down this gangplank, covering themselves up and making their way down to the deck to help you, Silas, take the fight to these pirate scum. A couple more muskets. That guy bit it.
Oh,
Oops.
goodness.
It was close.
No more explosions this time?
No explosions, and
Oh,
again,
yay.
actually, this is not you. For you, Barnabas, as you're taunting this guy, just that shit-eating grin as he is approaching you just deftly moved out of the way. You see him glaring at you, and then a shot rips through his shoulder as he takes a classic mucklock. Those are D8s. 19 points of damage.
Big money. Big money.
Yeah, damn.
That's called max damage, baby.
Not max, but very close.
Hmm.
As the shot rips, he goes.
Took him long enough. Now we can have some more fun.
And speaking of fun, Silas, you're up.
Silas is like,
Time.
huh.
As
So-
your crew make their way down,
Yeah, there's-
you can sense them filling in behind you and starting to spread out on this deck. As
It's me then?
Yes, there are some next to
You want
you.
me now? Okay, sounds good. And I can't position myself on this deck without hitting my allies, can I?
you can move further onto the ship, but if you move from where you're at, some people are going to be able to swipe at you.
Cut through, continue moving.
So, they can't do shit to me anyways. Excuse me. I'm going to keep walking forward then to an area of not allies.
Oh no.
All right. You will take 2 opportunity attacks from this movement as you step away from the men that were coming in towards your flanks and boldly go where no one in your crew has gone before. Anyway.
Yeah.
And their rolls are, one of them really good, one of them not great. Does a... the 22 to hit?
Yeah.
13
wait.
hit?
No.
Come on, I bet a 13 wouldn't even hit good old Colton over here, right? Right, Colton?
I will
5
not
damage
confirm
to you.
nor deny, but I will definitely say I would be not happy.
Some of you have balls for once.
As you shout this at him, he kind of almost he strikes you and he looks a little bit shocked before he is forced to not even pay attention to you as the crewman who is facing him waves a massive kind of heavy truncheon partisan spear in his face and now sweeping it, forcing him backwards and on the defensive as you stalk your way to this
I'm just...
this free fire zone on the ship.
Good. Hey, dipshits, look here.
Oh, that's a lot of deck saves.
Deck saves.
Same thing, Ben.
The-
Same thing.
Yeah.
There are 4 guys within reach of this ability. Wow. Not a single roll above 7.
Hail fail.
Fail.
That's not good for them.
Big money.
11 force damage.
A casual 44 damage in a single turn.
As you this time pull out your blade and then sweep it sideways, these bands catch these pirate scum in the back, and they fall to the ground. Most of them dead due to their rib cage being removed from their spinal column by these blades of force. As you basically just swept upwards, and it's instant death. Instant.
Well, at least it's instant.
Weaker than I thought. Anywho, who can I fight next? Do you have any movement left? I should say.
I mean,
Yeah, you have movement left. You only had to move a few feet because your
All
crew had just gone this, so you didn't have to move very far to get out from the range.
Am I able to get closer to the archers down below or no?
the,
archer-
I'm gonna keep going towards where is it? Yeah,
Barnabas, yeah.
Barnabas is at. Yeah, I'm gonna keep walking towards
I'm doing
Barnabas.
great. What do you
Alright.
mean? I'm having a
I'm
good
doing
time.
fine.
About halfway there right now. You're pretty close, but you haven't reached them just yet.
Yeah, and then again, another pirate bonus action. Hello, shit stain.
Is there anybody in range?
Yeah, but it's just an attack.
You wouldn't get if you wanted to get within range of one of these pirates. You wouldn't be able to get as close to Barnabas and this orc.
Yeah, I'm just trying to clear space for our guys to just pile in, basically.
All right, so yeah, you move to the next one and say, it's Silas.
All right.
These poor souls.
18 to hit.
That hits.
And they take 12 damage.
How much?
12.
Oh, so here's Silas, and this one, who is, believe it or not, actually a crossman, has just set his bolt, sees the blade, goes, ah! Pulls it, just the bolt goes, bang, flying right over, punches through a sail, and just goes flying over the prow as you cleave his skull to the teeth.
Yeah. What kind of weapon do you use?
It's a, I would say nice, but it's been used quite heavily over the years. I keep it as posh as I can.
Is it a longsword?
It's a longsword,
Okay,
yes.
yeah.
Yeah, so it goes, shit.
After
Good sound
Silas,
effects.
Oh, I should probably add 5 more kills.
Oh, God. Tally him up, baby.
Yeah.
So, for my turn, what kind of interactions have we normally had with this ship? I assume they've always been us in combat.
yes, you have never. You really don't have. She is known to be cunning and intelligent. Her ship is smaller than the Third Blade, though the wind wraith is smaller than the Third Blade, not by much though. And generally, she avoids conflict with the blade like the plague.
Hmm.
However,
And
you're
how far out is the cove?
about the cove is like 500 feet, but their ships are only like 400 feet away right now. Within another handful of seconds, they have a following wind. Somehow, even though the wind shouldn't be coming, is not blowing from that direction. Their sails are fully bellied out, coming towards you.
Oh dear. Um, are the catapults already loaded as well?
Ooh, good
No,
question.
they're not loaded. They are not loaded yet. But you can see them in the process. Their torsion bars are almost. They're when next these ships are very close to firing.
They're preparing them.
All right. Well,
Ready up that fireball, Joe.
no.
No, I don't think I will.
Issues. Issues from being on the ship long enough.
You could always just ask Captain
Well,
Whistler.
he's at the helm, is he not?
He is overseeing the boarding. He is not at the helm. The helmsman,
Okay.
Dougal, is currently just.
Dougal.
He's basically fighting the rudder. He is fighting the wheel alongside another burly crewman just to keep you in line so that your rudder isn't going all weird and trying to do weird turns and keep her straight on to the Destiny as you are doing your boarding.
Basically, they're trying to stop it from doing what Barnabas is trying to do to the Destiny.
Yeah. I'm going to. Yeah. How far away then is Whistler from me since I'm on the prow?
The barge is like 450 feet away. The wind wraith is about 400 feet away.
No, from
Whistler.
Whistler.
Oh, how far are you
Hey.
from Whistler?
You
Yeah.
over there!
Just starts yelling to the ship.
You are within boat range. If you shouted, you might have to shout pretty loud. He might not hear you, but you have known Whistler to have a keen ear for his name.
Then I'm going to shout out to him. What was the name of the ship again?
Windwraith.
Captain Vissler, the Wind Wraith. It approaches. It'd be the port side.
Starboard
Right.
aft.
Sorry, what was that?
Starboard aft. You're
Harbor
back.
to aft.
Starboard.
aft, which is
Yeah.
right back.
Yeah, starboard aft.
She approaches from harbor to aft.
Close enough.
Hey, look. I don't do nautical terms.
Don't gatekeep nautical terms.
Herbert.
She has the wind behind her as well. She looks to possibly engage. Catapults are rearing.
And as you call out,
Um,
Vishnu whips his head over, looks back and forth. Cut us free! Cut us free! Get us about! Get us about! And the ship, and that is as far as that we get right there. And anything else
Exciting.
you like to do, Colton?
You just got your full
Well-
action.
I'm going to move to the portion of the ship closest to the approaching ships.
So you are right now. You quickly haul ass up the stairs to the poop deck and stand in the back corner and just brace yourself there as the ship continues to bob and roll. And you can hear the dwindling sounds of fighting from down below.
There's the poop deck.
Everyone gets a kick out of it, including me.
And then that's my full action to dash.
Yes, you would have had to get exactly where you are, where you want to be. Yes, you would have to use your full action.
Okay.
Sorry. Next up, their crew. A bundle of individuals from down below races up the staircase onto the main deck. Filling the ranks, and these individuals are even heavier armored than the original ones.
What?
They are wearing full chain armor, big shields, and they are wielding spears, and they are approaching your men and trying to basically sweep. They can't. It took all of their turn to get to where they are right now, but they have moved up. They're trying to bubble your men and cut your crew off from the gangplank. And there are a bunch more.
Shit.
As everybody roll initiative, please.
Ooh, okay. That's
Solid.
good.
Better this time.
All right. Colton,
Unnatural 20.
what's your dexterity bonus?
+1.
Okay. Barnabas,
21.
and your dexterity bonus is probably above 1.
+4.
Okay. And Silas.
And
That is better. You are correct.
it is better.
All right. Top of the order, Barnabas. Just barely beating out
Okay.
your own crew for a natural 20.
Very nice. Just gotta be better than that. I don't know. Do I see that we're trying to leave? Is that something that I noticed from where I'm at, or am I too engrossed in what's going on?
Your passive perception is high enough that, whereas Silas, unfortunately, you are too in the thick of it to notice, Barnabas, you are able to hear the shouts of alarm and, more importantly, your captain's voice calling out, Get out of there! Bring her about!
Sounds good. Well, big guy, I'd love to stay, but seems they're calling for me, and I will make an attack roll to start, which is another 27 to hit.
Ah,
Yep.
Oof. That's 30 even for damage.
Okay.
ow.
Is he still alive?
Yeah, but he's feeling it as you say that, just that one line which pisses him off even more. He goes to strike, and as you come in with your offhand blade, the side pushing down, and as he goes high, you get him just basically right on top of the kneecap, down into his shin. As he goes,
God, that's painful to think about. Ugh.
Make sure it doesn't get infected now. And I'm going to begin making my way towards where the ships are. And he can't make an opportunity attack
I
because
know, but he still tries. He kind of going down onto one knee as he
because he does that. I'm gonna bonus action swing at him out of spite.
Spite.
make your attack.
Will a 17 hit him?
Ooh, it would, but he will finally get to use his reaction to parry your attack.
Oh,
He did a thing.
that's fine.
As you see him go, oh, it's just too easy, and you come back down for just this coup de grace. Somehow he has the presence of mind, even down and delirious, to throw his shield up over his head and
I
catch
forgot he
the
had a
blow on the
shield.
edge of it.
I forgot he had a shield.
Ugh.
Well, I still use my entire movement to make my way towards the edge, which I'm assuming is a pretty decent.
Yeah.
How close am I able to get to the edge? I should say.
You can try to, but if you were to if you could get to the edge, but you'll get a lot of people swiping at you as you press your way through hostile forces.
Oh, okay.
As you just kind of shimmy your way through them.
You know where I'm going with this. Would I be able to make my way over to a spot where I could cut a rope and swing across? Is that even a possibility?
Next turn, you could cut a rope and swing across.
Yeah. I'm saying, would I be able to get to a spot where I could do that next turn, basically?
You would take an opportunity attack to do it, but yes.
I'll take an opportunity attack. Sure, I still have my reaction.
That's a 21 to hit.
Can you roll below a 21, please?
It's
Yeah,
either
you hit, yeah.
under 6 or over 15. That's all I've been rolling so far.
I need you to roll even numbers so I can actually use my reactions to parry.
Well, don't worry. You only took 3 points of damage.
Okay, alright, fine.
As you move past one individual who, huh? And it's almost like when Han takes out Boba Fett, just a total what? Whacks him beside the head with his spear.
Yeah.
Ooh.
However, anything else we're going to see from you?
That's all I got. I've used everything.
Next up after you comes your crew. Your crew who have, fortunately, the enemy crew have not fully cut them off. And so, Silas, you're kind of getting, there's like 2 or 3 members of your crew who are staying behind trying to keep the opening of the gangplank open so you can get back. But they are being hemmed in pretty tightly by this coordinated wall of shields and spears as they are moving their way slowly, hemming you in, trying to fully cut them.
So I noticed that people are going back on the ship.
Yes, you notice now. Well, you definitely noticed you are cut off from the rest of your men, basically. And not all of them are focused on your men. There's like 6 or 7 that came up, saw one total stranger bifurcating spines and splitting skulls, and have picked him as the guy to mess with.
Ah, the morons of the crew.
Yes.
They were paid because they were bright.
That's fair. It's very fair. but they are paid. That's good.
So,
Ah, yes.
you notice this as your crew backs up the gangplank and the other enemy crew tries to sweep in. That is going to be a contested roll. Or it's a nice, like, good guy. Yeah, good guy. Wow. And fortunately, your crew is actually able to fend off this enemy crew, but only barely. And it is
What
a
a-
sloppy. It's a sloppy advance and a sloppy retreat from both parties.
Nice.
What a bunch
You
of
are
mad lads.
However, it is a retreat, and of the 20 men that had gone onto the ship, only 6 or 7 are still on deck, and they're mostly there holding the entrance for everyone else that shotgunned out deeper onto the ship.
Me and
The
Marcus.
enemy crew, however, will move up around you, Silas.
Uh-oh.
That will be 3 attacks with advantage.
Well, that's not good.
Well, they can't roll as bad as they just did. The highest one was a 15. No, yeah, 15 to hit. 1 hit.
Damn.
It was also the only roll that was a double digit.
Hmm.
4 points of damage.
Yay!
Ooh.
Yay!
Yeah.
Pirate number 26.
Yeah.
He is an employee of the month. As they come forward in Silas, you are a maelstrom of steel blocking, parrying, slashing, occasionally spears getting through your guard, nicking you under the arms, and the places where your breastplate and falls don't cover. You're slowly being cornered, though, like a tiger in a hunt, just being pushed backwards, pushed aside, and slowly isolated. As there will be 2 attacks against you, Barnabas, by the guy who accidentally whacked you and his friend who's following him to make sure he stays out of trouble. Does a 16 hit?
A 16 would if I didn't use my defensive duelist to deflect it away.
Nerd.
As the first one accidentally whacks you, comes in with a totally clumsy thrust. You are able to, with your defensive duelist, knock the tip of his spear upwards into the oncoming blow from his friend, knocking both of them up and out of the way. As they untangle the heads of their spears and get ready to menace you again.
Well, you tried.
They really are. Colton. Actually, no. And then, at the end of initiative count 20, losing all ties, the Wind Wraith begins pulling out, moving around to directly behind your ship, bring her broadside in line with you. And everyone now can hear where she gets her name, as an air scoop whistle at the front picks the wind as she plunges through the water and creates this banshee-like whistling scream as she cuts through the water. And, more devastating than her lining up for a maneuver, the catapults fire.
Oh.
Now, where do they hit is the big thing.
You don't know. Are there any magical effects, Colton?
Well, I'll have to wait for my turn rather to
All right.
looking at
If there will be none, let's
um
see where they hit.
Well, how long would it take them to hit the ship is the big thing.
They are going to, Colton, there's a good point.
Yeah.
I will determine where they are going to hit. And then, Colton's turn. Basically, okay, so just so you guys are aware.
Yeah.
Projectiles like this, like with big, high parabolas and arcs.
Yep.
I'm rolling initiative for when the projectiles hit.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I figured.
So, However, Colton, it's your turn. As both of these 3,000 now fly through, you can see them as like these big black dots against the mostly clear blue sky.
Huh.
Okay. They're high up there.
Yeah, they are currently probably 100 feet in the air.
And am I able to tell? Does either one look like it could get close to?
Make a perception check.
Mm.
Well, that is a 7.
Mm.
And the rocking of the ship, the chaos of your men staggering back on board, you can't tell. They could be dead on, they could go over, they could be short. It's impossible to tell right now.
Well, in that case, this isn't good.
Nope.
No,
Not good.
not good.
Okay. How? Oh, Ben's gone.
Nope, he's right there.
Oh, there he is. Sorry. How close did the ship get to us?
Wind Wraith is now only 250 feet away.
Hmm.
Which you, with your long-time knowledge, are well aware that any not metal bell cannon on the seas is well within range now.
Yeah. That's an action. That's an action. Okay. I am going to hold my action. That if I get a better view on and when it gets closer, that way I'm not, causing a rain of whatever rock rubble they just yucked at us. I will be holding my action to cast Lightning Bolt at 3rd level to break up and destroy one of these catapult fires if it gets close.
All right.
Very nice.
Anything else?
I don't have any bonus action spells, so no.
Not a 1.
All right.
You really don't get them with Sorcerer unless you take Quicken Spell, which,
Mm-hmm.
no.
No.
Oh,
I refuse.
And so, after Colton's turn, it is Silas.
yes.
Run.
So, how close am I to the gangplank?
How close are you?
Yeah.
You are roughly 10, 12 feet away.
So,
But there are obstacles in that distance.
yeah, I know. Question. My men are within 15 feet of me, correct?
Yep.
Shit.
Just move further onto the ship, Josh.
Question. Is there a way that I can have possibly a big ass wave of thunder come through where I can clear a line for me to run through and not hit my men?
You'd have to take a step backwards to do that. Like a wave of thunder in the form of a thunder wave?
Yeah.
Yes, you could. You'd have to take a step back, and two of the guys that were whacking you earlier. Actually, no, only one of the guys would be able to whack you.
Cool.
Is this what the course of action you're taking?
Yeah.
All right. The guy whacking at you. 18.
And it's barely.
Finally, at 7 points of damage.
Ow! Ah, good
As
one.
you step away, dropping your guard momentarily, just begin casting your spell. A spear slips underneath the guard again, just stabs you, just tickles you a little bit, right underneath where the end of your breastplate, and it just kind of tickles you right in your pelvic bone. It's
Right
there.
by. Oh, I was gonna say right by the belly button, but no.
That's where his breastplate is.
Oh, okay.
Ow!
I'm gonna go be like, you're lucky you're on that side. The rest of you can fuck off. I'm going to clash my shield and sword together and cast Thunderwave.
As you, that is what kind of roll?
Constitution saves.
Constitution saves.
Yeah.
I'm glad I'm not rolling this save.
I'm sad I'm not. I want to take the Constitution damage.
No.
All right. Constitution. Does a 16 make it?
That is the DC.
So only 2 of the 7 guys you just hit made the save.
That's good.
Awesome. And then 5 of them getting blasted 10 feet away.
Oh no.
Oops. And they're also taking 12 for the ones who didn't save thunder damage, and then half is 6.
I just imagine the video game Ragdoll. So
Yeah.
It
and any loose objects in the way also get clapped that distance too.
So as you hit this massive, just rumbling bass, you can see the deck boards rattling along this line as men are blasted sideways. One of them actually gets blasted forward and just snaps right through the rail, right overboards. Blades probably crushed to death between the ships as they bounce and jostle against each other.
Blade said the Half-Life Ragdoll body noise when they hit a wall.
Oops.
A few others are fall over. The ones who didn't make their save are very dead. Just smashed up, plastered, brawled across. And there's now a very clear path straight through to the game plank for you.
Congrats. I'm just gonna do a nice little.
And you move on. You just quickly run in between this open gateway, past the men, kind of. The 2 who made it, kind of. You can see blood leaking from their ears. Like one of them, his eye kind of popped out of its socket a little bit just from the concussive blast that you hit them with.
Lovely.
Are you scrambling back up onto the deck?
I'm gonna tell, get on there now. I'll hold the line.
All right, your crew will take up on that offer. Next up, after you, Gowns. Him. He's the last one. As the orc at the wheel kind of begins hobbling his way forward, saying, "Don't let them go! Stop them! Keep them here!" And he will use his entire turn to just get up to you.
Which one, me or Josh?
Actually, he does. Yeah, he's locked on you, Barnabas. You small
Yes.
asshole. He doesn't, and he actually doesn't even use his full turn to do that. So he is just going to get up to you and unleash 3 swings on you.
No,
Oh,
that's not very nice.
Swing 1.
Stop that.
I could die. 15 will not hit. All right,
Hey.
we're not gonna die now. We're good.
That is a natural 20.
No.
That's not
And
good.
19?
19 hits, yeah.
All right.
No, I need you to roll less, a 19 or less, so I can use my thing. But I used it already earlier on another dude.
All right. So the crit first. 23 points of damage from the crit.
Ouch. Sounds good.
I don't know.
For the normal hit, huge numbers. 7.
Whew.
I'm nearly dead.
As he swipes big, heavy swings at you, punching, kicking, biting, gouging with his thick, heavy blade. He is throwing his all at you right now. However, his all is not enough, and you remain
Plus-
standing.
I'll say, am I still able to do my thing on my turn? Is that still an option?
We will see.
Okay.
Roll initiative, everybody.
Right.
There we go. Oh, I'm a moron. I have the lucky feat. I could have had him reroll that crit. Oh well.
Ah.
Would you want to? This is
I would have definitely wanted him to, yeah. I will use a luck point to make him reroll that crit.
All right. This is gonna be the one
I was good. Okay. You're being generous. I was just gonna take it and be like, well, sucks to be me. Alright.
All right.
I will take it. I will take the generosity.
All right. So the one redo for everyone. Everybody grumble at Nathaniel, please. Mandatory grumbling session.
Okay, alright.
Oh, fuck. Right.
The reroll still probably hits 20.
20 will hit, but it's not a crit, and I'll take that.
All right. So instead of like 23 damage, you take not bad, 11 damage.
Oh, okay.
Sick.
I am not
It's like,
close to
ah,
death anymore.
round it
I'm still definitely bloodied. But that's okay.
Mm.
It's the usual.
However, initiative, people, roll them.
I rolled.
I already
You want us to
rolled.
just keep what we rolled?
Yep. Well, those are some good numbers and some not good numbers. Mostly not good numbers. They're all not good numbers.
Positivity
All right.
from Ben.
Colton,
7
your dexterity bonus.
+1.
Please roll.
Oh.
Please roll. Please
Oh.
roll. You've tied the orc.
6.
Okay, somehow they're not going then. Barnabas.
23.
Silas.
5.
All right.
Yeah.
So, top of the order, Barnabas.
Am I able to do the thing?
You can certainly try.
I will start by being intelligent here and taking the disengage bonus action. And then I'm going to attempt to do the classic Pirates of the Caribbean slice a rope and swing across to our ship.
All right, please make. I'll have you spend a luck point and then make an acrobatics check.
I am definitely okay with this. Ooh, big number. Rolled a 19 plus 12, so 31. As I it's been fun. See you next time, big boy.
As you say this, lop through the line. The line goes just slack in your hand, and you are left holding a limp rope trailing into the sea. You just kind of look back over to him. He gives just this big, blood-curdling, just he begins to move towards you, and then you are pulled up and are able to, as you are ripped upwards by this snagging line, catch onto it as it moves over and acrobatically catch on and kind of ow, as you catch on to some of the rigging on the third blade and slide your way down onto the deck. Your legs just kind of doing that thing when you've been just wobbling a little bit from the
That worked a little better in my head, but it did work.
And you have, like, no, that's it.
That's it. That's my turn. Yeah, that's everything.
All right. On initiative 20, the wind wraith closes to 200 feet as the one ball of pitch begins coming inwards.
This would probably end up triggering my lightning bolt.
And what if you're going to use it? So your trigger is popped.
Yeah. So I don't really know what kind of save it would want to make, but it's a dexterity save.
Well, it is an inanimate object. They failed dexterity save, so as long as you point at it, it's getting hit.
Big damage, big damage. Let's go. It's a lot of dice rolls. The D6s.
32.
Wow.
Please choose even or odd.
Oh no.
You want to be right.
Even.
It is even.
Hey, that's cool.
Big
As-
pog.
As Colton, you pull out your small little power components and twiddle them in your fingers as you hold out your hand and just track it and just kind of get a little bit ahead of it. And you all watch this. You hear this. You smell the rip and crackle of ozone. Blessed there as Colton strikes this barrel of boiling pitch out of the air, the lightning igniting it, and a slew of fire spatters along the aft and a little bit onto the middeck and definitely into the sails and rigging of the Destiny, instantly catching light and burning along this ship. You hear the some of the men as they are struck by this burning tar and begin rolling, twisting, writhing on the ground, trying to put it out. I need to roll damage for how much.
Am I okay? 'Cause I'm on the Destiny.
That's true.
It was only partially onto the mid deck.
Okay.
It was mostly the rigging caught the big brunt of that.
Okay. Cool.
Hmm. Hmm.
Hmm.
Oh,
That's
Ben's ASMR. Big numbers, guys.
big numbers.
And the ship, everybody on board the Destiny does have to make a dex save.
Not me anymore.
Yeah, not you anymore.
Oh. 10.
Silas, as this is struck and the pitch begins to move and the whole ship bucks, you are knocked prone by this strike hitting.
God damn it.
As the wind wraith will open fire.
Uh-oh. Well, it's probably good you're prone now.
Maybe. Oh. Yeah.
They all hit.
Oh.
All hit.
They're aiming at the third blade, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Shit.
All right. And I have to do each of these separately because there is the third blade does have a very strong hull, so there is actually a chance that these shots could ricochet.
Oh.
That's what we like to hear. That's what we like to hear.
That's what here. Let's go.
That's what happens. That's what happens when your ship has a damage threshold of 25.
Oh my gosh.
like that, like right here. The first shot ricochets. The second one. Oh wait, hold. My bad. I forgot I did number bad wrong thing. I forgot half the damage from that one.
Bad math rocks.
But it's alright because they rolled super dog water, like a 10, a 3, a 2, and a 1.
It's not bad.
Dog water rolls. They have no earnings.
They do actually manage to deal damage.
No.
So, as you were all standing on the ship,
yeah. Not Silas.
Not me. I'm vice first on the Destiny.
on the third blade, you hear the of the 16 guns. Oh wait, no, that was just the first shot. The second shot. Oh, my bad. Hold up.
Holding.
So 16 hits?
Well, 16 plus.
Ah.
Second.
That's a lot of math rocks.
Sure is.
I'm very bad at math.
Plays
Okay.
D&D, can't do math.
It is.
Yo, join the club. Has one set of dice for thing. Cast lightning bolt. Wait. As
That's all,
lot
it's
of
all you need.
rolls.
It's all you need.
Rolling this 8 times was not fun.
Just have 8 of them with you, Joe.
I told myself this was the set.
Joe, just have 8. Be like me. I have my rogue dice here. I have my 5d6s for my sneak attack damage. Just have it all.
Sorry, guys, it's almost over.
You are all good. No worries. I'm okay with it because I don't want the ship taking damage. And, right? Like only like 2 of them are gonna actually deal damage, right?
No, they all dealt damage.
Ooh.
Oh,
That's not good.
Oh, and then the crew need to make their saves.
Does that include us?
No. Fortunately
Okay.
for you guys, the wind wraith is not high enough out of the water that she can target the upper deck. She can only target your water line and the second gun deck.
Technically, that could be worse though.
Yeah. So, fortunately for you guys, you only lose
4 crewmen, right? Just 4.
No.
Oh.
You lose approximately 15 men.
Oh.
God damn it, man.
That one hurts.
As you feel the ship roll and rock from the impact. The gangplank totally from the force of the impact hits forward, and fortunately, actually, Seth, it's fortunate that you're prone because the top of you watch as the sharp hooked spiked end of the gangplank just over your head, and then as the ship rocks back, kind of chews in deeper to the side of the ship as you are now underneath the gangplank.
Oh, shit.
Oh shit.
As you hear the sound of lines snapping and ripping as the third blade is shoved forward and some of the grapnels bust free from the side. After that happy fun thing, Colton, you watch as let me just Mark off one of the. You see this puff, this big, thick cloud of just billowing fog pull out in front of in between the wind wraith and the third blade, like this massive. It's like 80 feet in diameter. There's this huge fog bank. It's now screened. You could have now no visibility whatsoever of the wind wraith.
How far away was the wind wraith?
200 feet.
Okay.
And the fog bank is like 80 feet away.
Wacky.
Gotcha.
As you hear another. Is the catapults launch again.
They got a ship wizard too.
Indeed.
However, next up is the orc, who is going to start making his way towards the gangplank. However, he is not going to climb up. He is instead going to psych himself up. Come on, men! We got him on the run! Let's slaughter them all! As after him comes the crew, who all, yeah! Forcing their way towards the gangplank. Only a handful of them basically south as long. You are fairly actually, you don't know. As they are starting, you can feel and see the gangplank bouncing and rattling as the rest of these men start forcing their way up towards the third blade. After them comes Colton.
Hmm.
Okay. I will be I will be using my action to cast Control Winds,
Ooh.
targeting the edge of the fog cloud, where I last, in the direction I last saw.
Oh, blowing the fog back into the face of the wind wraith.
The wind wraith. I will be blowing it directly downwards in the downdraft section.
Oh, interesting.
So it's a 100-foot cube of wind blowing directly downwards. And it has a range of out to 300 feet. Yeah, it's in Xanathar's.
Yeah, da 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 da. All right. And so, with that effect, as you cast this spell, you all watch as this big boiling cloud bank is blasted out of existence, falling like a cut curtain, and the wind wraith instantly comes back into view, cutting back and starting to jibe. Jibe is do a 180-degree turn on the ship. As she's coming around to bring her port side guns to bear on you.
Gotcha.
Also, for the sake of your knowledge, the wind wraith is 100 feet long, and she also has a reinforced forecastle. Which
Okay.
is rather than a regular ship, which you have the poop deck raised, and then the rest of the ship is a level.
Mhm.
Yeah.
The forecastle is an additional raised section. This
Yeah.
one, you can see that there are guns mounted inside of it.
Okay. So
Okay.
they are decked out in guns.
Yes.
And then I
And
will
also,
be using.
that is a sorry, but it's important for you, Colin, is you note that is a change to the last time you've seen the Wind Wraith. She did not have a forecastle the last time you saw her.
That's not
Interesting.
good. Then, as my bonus action, is it currently windy where we are?
Very mild, like 5 miles an hour.
Okay,
South
never mind then.
coast.
Outside of what I did, yes. Okay, never mind then. That doesn't
Okay.
make a difference. Then yeah, that's all. That's all I got.
Interesting.
Next up, Silas.
Uh-oh.
So, can I get up?
You can, I mean, you could move a little bit and then get up, not with the gangplank like here in front of your face.
Yeah, I'd like to do that. Am I surrounded by people again?
More or less, not exactly where you're at because they're funneling onto this gangplank.
Funneling, you say?
Oh no. Thunder Witch.
So, kaboom.
All right. One quick save. Hold up.
Are you standing up before you're doing that?
I'm going to, yeah.
Okay.
You did. So,
It's
how many squares does your thunder wave affect?
15 feet.
15-foot cube.
And
Cube.
you are doing it at the gangplank?
Um, how many people are on it currently? Are men on it right now or no?
No, it is exclusively pirates on it. The last few men were either been killed or got the hell out of Dodge.
Okay. And then people trying to get on it. Is it more or less than what's on the game plan currently?
A lot
mean,
more.
There's more not on the gangplank than on it, but the gangplank is awash with blood and pirates swarming up it towards them.
Yeah, so I'm going to blast the gangplank.
All right, there are currently, let's say, 5 men that your spell can hit on it.
Con saves.
Does a 12 make it?
No.
But a 16 does make it, yes?
Is the DC.
Only 1 man makes it. Roll your damage.
Ugh.
Uh-oh. Ragdoll noise once again.
Total of but a 13 force damage. And those who failed saves get knocked 10 feet away. Which
Well,
means
they all get away as you hit the gangplank.
Oh, right.
Oh
Yeah.
no.
That was the point. Yeah, so I couldn't get back on there.
As you hit it, the gangplank is just splintered as the only man to survive is the one who made his save, as he is launched sideways, crashing down to the deck amidst his comrades, bowling a few over. Oh, God. Like the wind toiling out of him, knocked out of him. The rest either falling down, scattered like rag dolls, or splashing into the water below. The weight of their steel instantly dragging them, screaming or bubbling towards the bottom.
That's good. That's very nice.
And I can't use 2 spells in one turn, can I?
Nope.
No, unless one of them is explosive. Oh, no, you're right. I know you don't think that.
I think yours has to be cantripped right now, right?
Hmm?
Yours has to be cantripped right now before you can do that, right?
Oh, to attack?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not saying to attack. I'm saying if I can use another spell.
Oh. That'd be up to Ben.
You aren't a full caster, and so
Yeah,
you're a 3 caster with your converted caster level. Because it's one third. I'm pretty sure it's 1/3 of your Eldritch Knight or Arcane Trickster.
I mean, I can learn 6 spells. I have
No, yeah,
4.
no, I know. Yeah, no, it's your. So no. The answer is no.
I cannot.
No.
Shit.
Big rough.
So, how many people in front of me?
The last 40 men of the crew.
You can handle it. You can handle it.
A bonus action.
Fuck you.
Second wind.
Good choice.
I'll take you on.
Get on.
Anything else you're going to do, Silas? Or are you now just going to?
I rolled fucking min. So,
Oh
Your fighter
no.
level.
10 health, baby.
What else are you doing, Silas? You doing anything else?
that's my turn. I can't get on the ship.
Okay.
Can I?
It's what do you want to do?
I can't. I'm basically gonna call attention to me, basically. So,
Okay. I have
All right.
movement. That's all you have left.
yeah.
And a bonus action, which you use for your second window. Okay. So at the end of Silas' turn.
Unless the action surge, but okay.
Yeah. Oh, I could.
Action surge spellcast.
Yeah. I should.
No.
Why not?
Get on the boat.
Action surge. Second thought. Fuck off. Missy step on top.
All right. You have so you're aware. Fun fact: action search also gives you another bonus action. Also, can't miss you step. You already cast a spell.
Oh, I still can't do that.
Oh, then you might as well just wait till your next turn.
Yeah, I'll do my next turn anyways. Yeah, bug it.
Okay. So I'll show you. You can't cast multiple spells in a turn.
Even with essence surge. Damn.
Correct.
Bug. Well, yeah. That's that.
You pull the gangplank apart. That's going to be pretty big. As on your crew's turn, because they rolled a natural one, they go last, which actually is beneficial for them. As the gangplank was the main thing tying the ships together, you all hear Captain Visler call out, "Get us out of here! Bring us about!" And the third blade begins to perform the slow, ponderous task of rotating. Slowly but surely begins spinning. As I need a check from Dougal. So, it won't be until next round that the third blade is able to train her guns on the now totally visible Windwraith.
Oop.
However, initiative, please.
Oh. Thanks for rolling like that, die. I appreciate you.
All right. Colton.
10.
Barnabas.
18.
Silas.
10.
All right. Top of the order, not you guys. The orc will press
Oh.
you, Silas, and say, "I'm going to eat your boys." He's going to launch himself towards you.
Ooh, scary.
Does an 18 hit?
It would if I didn't go, fuck you, shield.
All right.
My AC is now 22 for the turn.
So
Is it-
only
is
one
it-
of his three.
Yeah. Sorry. Is it until your next turn, Josh?
Yes.
All right.
So it is so a 25 would still hit.
Yes.
So two of his hits don't actually hit. As his first two swings, boom, boom, and then his third swing is you can see this little arcane shimmering field extending out from your shield. You see a little crack in the magical lattice work break through as his blade smashes through and strikes you. 10 points of damage.
Cool. What I healed.
Back to where you were.
Yeah.
Like it never happened.
I never even happened.
You didn't heal. He didn't have a turn. Nothing happened.
As you do this, the Wind Wraith will continue to spend the rest of everything she has to finally fully jibe, and now she is fully turned around. So next round, she'll be able to fire at you.
Right.
The catapult ship can't fire. They've burned through their ammo above decks, and they have to prepare more shots. So, next up, you watch as I'll do it again. Wait, hold, does he need to? So, yeah, he does. He will burn a fifth. And so,
the ship caster.
Yeah, I know.
as you watch another huge of oh wait, hold. Let me just make an Arcana check for him just to see if you'd even notice. Oh yeah, he notices. So instead, he will cast a. He is going to cast a basic Dispel Magic. What level is your?
Control Wind
Control
is a
Wind?
5th level spell.
Ooh.
So he actually has to roll for it.
Yeah. Fail. Fuck you, fail.
He rolled a natural 20.
I'll be right back.
All right.
I
I think
So-
Josh is hitting the bathroom.
You watch as your control wind suddenly that downpouring of wind on the water stops and the water returns to normal. Except, Colton, you're the only one kind of really watching the water. The water, almost all around your ships in a big area, is starting to froth. Just like there, you're seeing bubbles blipping up all around you right now.
Come on, man. We already got enough on our plate.
Next up, after him, is the enemy crew who are going to lunge at Silas. Thank God he left, because now he's not going to have to be here when I hit him probably 0 times
That's fair.
with the 8 attacks he's going to get hit with.
He's not getting touched. He's got a shield.
AC 22. One of them hits. 2 of them hit. And we'll say that 2 of them have advantage. 2 of them hit. Fun fact, they need to roll like an 18 to hit him.
Oh my gosh. Pretty big, but not for us.
Nope. Especially not rolling. Oh, that's all right. Yeah. So when he gets back, we'll relate the numbers to him.
Alrighty. What's next?
After he takes his damage, we'll let Barnabas.
Alright.
You are up.
Can I see that orc challenging Silas from where I'm at?
Yes, standing on the side of the ship. After kind of rocking and rolling up against the railing, you turn over to the side and you see the orc currently basically in a big press around Silas, stabbing, thrusting, punching, hitting at him.
Is he in knife throwing distance?
He is in long range of a knife.
Would I be able to get within normal range?
Yes, actually, yes.
Then I would
Exactly.
do that, and I can unmute Josh now. He's back. All right. You can relate the numbers to Josh, and then I'll take my turn.
11 points of damage to you, Silas.
From the enemy crew. The enemy crew. Hold up. You had like 8 attacks on you.
Oh, Jesus. They hit
Then
my 22 AC? Oh.
They did, I know. Then I will be moving to be within normal knife throwing distance and throwing a knife at the orc by Silas.
Fucker.
You basically just go to the side of the ship, look down, and crank your arm back.
Oh yeah, it's totally dirty. Oh, 26 to hit. Just
Eee.
no, there's no like fanciness to it. Just a cheap shot. That's all this is.
Yeah.
Big not huge numbers, but good numbers. A total of 28 damage from that dagger.
Yeah. And it was a cheap shot, as Barnabas, you can't help just draw him back and just kind of, and as the orc looks up at you, right in the center of his forehead. But even as you see his eyes cross over the dagger, he's still standing.
Oh my god, this mad lad. What the?
It's an orc.
I'm gonna bonus action. I guess it would take the. Would it be the? I don't get dodge with a bonus action, so I guess the hide action, like underneath the railing here, would be I guess the best way to describe it. Would I be able to do that? Yeah.
So you are able to see that and go duck down the railing.
Yeah. So do you make a stealth check?
Yeah.
22 total.
Okay. So yeah, you slip down, press yourself up against it, and you are by cover.
On.
Yeah. All right, that's my turn.
Next up, Silas, your dexterity modifier.
+1.
Silas and Colton, please roll off.
Who? Oh.
You guys both got 10.
You just choose. You rock paper scissors.
Nat 20. Woo!
Nat 20.
Ah!
Turn them out of you guys.
I hate it here.
6.
11.
All right.
Silas, you're up.
Good crit, guys. Good crits.
Hey.
Using them wisely.
So if I use a cantrip, I can then bonus action spell god here, right?
Nope.
No?
No.
Nope.
Ah.
Interesting.
Anyways, it's been fun. Bonus action, missy step.
Oh, at least swing at the man before you leave.
I guess I could swing.
Swing at the orc. Come on. Don't let the orc live through this.
Hey, shit tits. What the fuck were?
Shit.
Man of words he is.
Yeah,
I didn't say I was
the
pro-
highest.
I was a
You
net
have
one
the
for the
highest
first. That's
Nat
great.
1. Lovely. A fumble. What happens, Ben?
A fumble. As you say these words and swing at him, you just across his throat, and he just glares at you and starts marching for his blood out of his throat.
Guys.
14.
14 does not hit. As you thrust again, you just get him right underneath the rib and out through the back, definitely hitting along as he's just. You can, and Sas, you're this close, you can smell the reek of his breath, and his eyes are just totally unfocused. He's not even looking at you. He's just.
Oh God. You have fun being with that. I'm gonna go now. And
step onto the deck.
Yep.
So you missy step. You end up teleporting, and again, you always leave yourself like a foot or two.
I leave myself a couple feet on the ground. Yeah.
and then you kind of land on your feet and look over the side, and the orc is currently face down on the ground after you stop holding him up with your sword.
So, way to go, Barnabas. I don't think I did much there. He was down on his feet.
He's gone now.
Yeah. I sure hope laying down a pile of his own blood and piss is dead.
That's good. That's good. I wasn't scared. You were scared.
Not gonna lie, terrifying to see him still alive after all that shit we went through.
Anything else, Silas?
I'm I'm look over back over. They can't get over to us, can they? Hopefully not.
Who?
The enemy. They can't board us, can they?
You blew out the gameplay. So unless they have their own reverse Uno card gameplay that jumps on your deck, probably not.
Has their own
Alright.
gangplank. That'd be pretty funny. Just brings out their own, like, we're not done with you yet.
Okay, so that should be my turn. Unless I move a little bit, I guess.
You have
I'm
all
like-
your moves. You only
Yeah.
teleported.
Yeah, I guess I'll move more towards where the shrieking bitch tit chip is at.
The wind
What's
wraith,
there?
Josh.
Windwraith, yeah. I swear,
Alright.
this character is actually intelligent. I am not.
the character has a sailor mouth. It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah.
Oh. At the end of your turn, Colton, you're up.
Correct. This bubbling at the water. Do I recognize it? Have I ever seen anything like it before?
Make an Arcana check.
11.
No. If anything, you've seen something similar on one of the longer voyages the third blade went on when you sailed around a leaking volcano. The water boiled around the lava as it was flowing into the water. That's the
Yeah.
closest thing you've seen to what this is.
Interesting. Anyway, I'm going to use my bonus action to use my storm guide ability from being a storm sorcerer, and I'm going to control the winds within 100 feet of me, a 100-foot radius. I can't speed it up or slow it down. I just control the direction it's going in. And I'm going to point it in the direction to like, I know it's only a 5-mile-an-hour wind, but
That's a
try
decent.
to
That's a decent
get the
breeze.
momentum behind us for turning around.
All right, and that is the push that your crew needed, and they will be able to fire this turn.
Oh, very nice.
And then you said they are holding at 200 feet away.
With the press you've given yourself and them jibing, they're like at 160, 150-ish feet away. More hundreds, closer to 170 than 150, but 160 about.
Then I am going to use a sorcery point and distance spell a lightning bolt to try to rip a hole in the bottom, like, of the wind wraiths, the bottom part where it's like touching the water.
Yeah, at the water line. All right.
Uh-oh.
So I'll just roll damage.
And they get to make a dex save. The helmet is proficient. Don't know how well it's going to work. Oh. 16?
On DC.
Half damage.
Wait, hold. Look at the lucky feet quick.
I think it's just line of sight, no range.
Correct. I was making sure. I cannot. It has to be an attack, but I can't use it on their saving throws. So the roll stands. I cannot change it.
Well, let's hope for big rolls. Oh, what? We're looking at good rolls.
That's good. That's good. Very nice.
38 total damage before halved.
So it'd be
38 half
Seven.
to
16.
19.
Oh, 19. Yes,
Yeah.
thank you.
And you were over their threshold, so they actually take the damage.
Zap.
So it is not this blast at all, but it is a decently sized, probably like 6 inch diameter hole punched in the side of their ship. You see a little slash and flash, but now let's see.
You killed
All I
anyone.
would have muttered during that was, "I need to protect my home."
Oh no.
That is it.
Ben?
That's a natural one.
Ben? Powder kegs?
Well,
Not again.
Did Joe do
Not
it again?
again.
Not even in the campaign. In a one-shot round 2 of Joe blowing up a ship.
Hey, get back!
So while Ben rolls here, the story behind this is Joe's ranger used a lightning arrow on a ship that we were chasing in Ben's actual campaign, and it was a crit. It was a crit from Joe and a fumble from Ben that resulted in Joe's arrow striking a powder keg and basically blowing up the entire ship.
it detonated the magazine.
Yeah. Round 2, Electric Boogaloo.
The Wind Wraith is tougher than that ship that you blew up, so this is only 60-20 damage.
You hit the powder kegs.
Boom.
Round 2, Electric Boogaloo.
Well,
Let's go.
All right. There's a natural 20 in there, but there's also like a 2 and a 4, so it balances out.
Flynn's excited. Flynn's very happy for you, Joe. Hey, Blade, we don't talk about that, alright? We don't talk about that moment in my campaign when Alex punched a hole in that giant ship.
So, 67 points of damage.
Oh my god. Well, and that whole gun deck.
Plus 19.
That gun deck's fucked.
That's a bit.
That gun deck? You mean the gun deck? Again,
oh no.
third blade. That's why the third blade is unique, because she has 2 gun decks.
Yeah.
Most of her ships only have the one. And that's why the Wind Wraith is weird, because she now has a forecastle with an extra gun platform on it.
Oh my god.
And now I need to do mental math, which is the real struggle here. Forget the countless lives you just erased in a flash of powder. I'm worried about the mental math that I'm doing.
The mental math being for the main characters on that ship. Ben's like, did you just kill my captain? Did you just kill my ship captain in a single moment?
Yeah, we're not worried about that at all. But let's see. Oh, no, well.
I'm guessing you're a little worried?
For some reason, I'm no longer concerned about any of those spell slots. No reason.
Oh, no.
Their ship wizard go kaboom. Joe, you may not. Yeah, Joe, you didn't think you were doing much, but hey, you really just turned this whole fight around in a hurry.
Like I say, if I didn't want them to die, I should have rolled better.
Hey, Joe, Ben, how's that fog cloud looking?
Well, he didn't get to cast it because he had to dispel the control winds that were making it impossible for him to put it up anywhere useful.
Fair enough.
However, good news bears. Anything else from you, Colton?
No.
Well, that's great, because the third blade's about to open up her full broadside, because it's her turn.
Ah.
So, as
when Colton single-handedly changes an entire fight.
Lightning bolt.
Oh, hold up. Oh, wait, but the third blade's a ship, and that catapult shot's a catapult shot, so the third blade gets to go first. As all 24 guns of her broadside, double the normal number of any other ship on these waters, is 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21. And then there were 3 that were damaged from the original salvo from the wind wraith. So, only 7 shots. Dealing 8d10 per hit.
Oh my god. Gotta take this box away from Quinn.
Oh, that's a natural 20. And a cocked die. And a natural 1.
Oh.
Okay. So,
a cannon blows up. Cool.
yep, but one of the cannons that was also struck by that blast detonates. Just kind of Elmer Fudd flabberous. However, doesn't do enough damage to actually damage the third blade. Just enough to pull the cannon out of commission.
That's all you needed. That's the only damage you needed. It's fine.
Yeah. And then there are only 3. Basically, every 3 cannons is 1 shot.
Yeah.
So that's a natural 20.
Yeah.
And then 2 definite hits. So that's, 8d10 times 2. What's the bars?
Yeah, it can't be like 67 or anything, right? Right, Ben?
Oh, probably not. I mean,
The average roll is like a 41 or 42. So
with 8d10, the average would be 11 times 4, so 44.
okay.
72.
72?
Boom!
You're kidding? No way. We did 72 on a single. Oh, that was a crit. That's right.
That was great. Yeah.
That was double. That was
Okay.
That was
all right. That was
yeah,
weak.
that's what I was
that was
saying.
a weak crit. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, there were like 3 ones. The next hit. In fact, you know what? Would 2 of you like to handle?
Course.
Oh wait, no. Nathaniel, Josh, would you like to roll the last 2 damage rolls?
Sure. Why not?
8d10, please.
All right.
I have extra dice for this reason.
Oh boy. I have got my number.
What's your total?
45.
45. All right.
40 even.
And then you hear just the righteous rebuttal as a third blade roars at the enemy. You see the entire everything above, basically, it rips through her entire side. Just the forecastle shredded. You see her main mast is actually shot once, and then as it's collapsing, shot again and broken in two as it slams onto her deck. Her mizzen wobbles and teeters over to the side, ripping up decking and slamming onto her edge as she just almost pitches totally over. Almost upended by the sheer volume of fire. As another boom of fireball and smoke, as another one of her magazines detonates in her bow. Joe, because you didn't roll, choose even or odd. You want to be right.
It'll be odd this time.
It was even.
Oh no!
So,
Catapult's
Uh,
hurty.
Yeah.
catapult go burst. But now that's only to see if it hits. Well, who it hits. And that will not hit. So it actually, even though it was aimed correctly at the third blade, it slams into the water just short of her. A little bit of tar speckling, kind of hissing as it sizzles.
Oh, another
along-
tar shot.
Yeah.
Interesting. They're not shooting just big fucking rocks at us.
Those things are heavy to carry around.
It was
Yeah, but
all
they
part of the
just-
plan that kind of died when the wind wraith got disemboweled.
That's a shame. Maybe they shouldn't have picked a fight with the third blade. You know, that's just me.
That's their fault.
Also, a hand more musklocks go rattling and crackling over the side. None of them blow up.
Hey!
Wow.
Hit people.
They have the
It's
good
a
ones.
miracle.
They have the good ones.
Yeah. We've slowly but surely been weeding out all the defective rifles.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Uh-huh.
Hear the crackles of rifle fire and shouts of pain from below. And pain and dismay. As they are all heard, everyone on the seas is aware of, as if they've spent any amount of time, any decent amount of time in the sea, they know what a magazine detonating sounds like, and it is always for everyone involved, even those who deal the killing blow, is always just this gut sinking feeling watching a magazine detonate. As next up,
Initiative.
after the devastating, even cornered, the tiger still has claws. And wow, she was bottom of the order. Oh no, she's not. The other shot. Nathaniel.
Yeah.
Even or odd. You want to be right.
Oh, I don't know. I'm feeling evens. Evens is feeling right on this one.
You were wrong, odd.
Ah, well, that's a shame.
It's the way the cookie crumbles. But it doesn't matter because this one also falls short because numbers above 10 don't exist.
Just get good. I don't know what to tell you.
This one slams into the water. Initiative, roll it.
Let's go. Can't wait to not do much. My usefulness is running low.
Yeah, most of this is gone at this point.
I have one dagger left. Don't worry about that, guys. I got one dagger to throw.
Alright, hoity then. Yeah. What? Alright. Colton.
5.
Nice.
Barnabas.
23.
Silas.
I gotta get with a 9.
Hey.
Very, very average.
Classic.
Well, below average, but
Orc's
you know.
not conscious. And
One second, I gotta
wizard
get my
is,
cat.
the wizard is currently mincemeat. So here we are. Top of the order. Oh, and of course, Nathaniel's gone. I was not expecting the win race to go down like that. Why did you have to do it to me? Why did you detonate the magazine? What's your major malfunction with magazines, huh?
What's going on? Were you making fun of Joe?
Look, I thought it would fit to do it now, but clearly I'm the problem.
Ah.
You think?
So I'm guessing I'm up first, Ben?
Yeah,
Yeah,
by plans.
thrilling. What normally happens in a situation when I'm here and they're all firing cannons? Like, because I've been here for a couple of years, but what happens when we get to like this point in a fight?
Normally, at this point, it's Well, you're probably got to wait to see what the enemy crew does and how they react to the wind wraith no longer being a ship.
Yeah.
In 6
But
seconds.
generally, it's accepting surrenders and looting.
So I'm gonna go over.
Looting, yeah, freeing slaves, that sort of gesture.
Yeah. I'm gonna walk over to Captain. Can I get to Captain Vissler?
Mm-hmm. And he is just standing at this over at the gunwale, just leaning over the side, watching the burning hulk with the wind wraith just kind of bob up against the water and slowly get pushed closer and closer to the coastline.
Yeah. As I walk over to him, do I see that bubbling in the water now as well?
Yes, you definitely notice it. It is gone. It's now like a boiling pot.
Yeah, I walk. Oh, it's probably from the hot tar falling in the water. I'm a moron. Is it all around? Is it going like way further than that? Would that make sense though?
No, boiling tar could not be doing this.
I walk over to Captain Vissler then. So, have you seen the water?
And you see, you've broken him out of some kind of reverie as he shakes his hand and looks. No, I don't. What's going on? Colton!
Yes, Captain.
And as he calls out, all hell breaks loose. Everybody, please make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh, I'm good at these.
Great at these.
Oh, I'm really good at these.
That's not good.
Whenever you're ready, I think we all have our roles.
Yeah.
Colton.
Oh, sorry, I didn't hear that. 15.
Miss?
26.
Low number. Silent.
12.
All right. So, as you are watching the wind wraith whip away, and as the arms of the catapults on this gun barge start to launch forwards, everything goes wrong. You all feel like you just your skeleton stepped sideways out of your skin and then pulled your body back onto you.
Oh.
You are now upside down. You feel like all the blood rushes to your head. You're confused, dazed. Barnabas and Colton, you managed to stay standing. Not because of this weird feeling. It's not enough to buckle you, even though you are buckled. You managed to keep your balance as a third blade. It's almost like you just ran into a reef. You hit, and the whole boat pitches about 60 degrees starboard side, and you are now staring down at the ground and feeling the ship start to pick up speed and making the most horrific torrential grinding sound as you look over to the prow of the ship, and you are now sliding down a wooded hill, the whole ship careening and pitching down as it's bouncing and jostling along this steep, like 30-degree slope.
Oh.
I'm guessing everybody else is knocked prone, other than like a couple other people.
Yeah, Vissler is pitched over to his side. Most of the crew are pitching, sliding back and forth. One of them tumbles forward and just ass over tea kettle pitches over the side of the ship. Barnabas. No.
Yeah.
Actually, no one. No one is on the side of the ship. Is on the starboard side, which was the side facing the Destiny. But you can also vaguely hear a more distant, echoing, crashing sound pitching off in a different direction on this slope as you were all being tossed and jostled back and forth along the ship as you continue to make your way, picking up speed. The mast getting pitched. You can see the yard arms almost like a pinball machine, just dum, 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 before finally just getting snapped and reduced to tattered splinters. The sail now just whipping free, hanging behind you as you continue to careen your way downwards before the ship finally hits the edge of a cliff and goes flying forward. I need one more dexterity save from everyone.
Uh-oh.
All right. During the time that we were sliding down, I've had time to try and help Captain Vissler back to his feet.
You would have, yes.
Yeah, I would have done that during that time.
As you are pitching and able to kind of grab onto Vissler, and he grabs onto you and kind of pulls himself up and holds onto the railing just in time as you all get that, like in an elevator, just a little bit of weightlessness as you leave ground for a moment. As you all kind of look forward, you can see as you flew up probably like a 40-foot cliff.
Oh, God.
Colton, what's your shave?
Oh,
Oh.
me. Sorry. 11.
Barnabas?
23.
Silas?
14.
All right. So, as the ship slams down to the ground, Barnabas, do you have evasion?
I do.
So you take no damage because you're just a rogue.
Yeah, let's go.
But everyone else,
Oh, no.
Silas, you failed. Colton, you made, so you take half damage, Colton.
Colton had an 11.
Oh, so my bad. I got it backwards. Colton, you failed.
I was like, damn.
Yeah.
How long were we falling for?
Split second, like a reaction split second.
Okay. Yeah, okay. No, can't do that.
It was all going so well. We had
It
done
was.
it.
And then
I'm
Mountain
well,
arrived.
I'll just No, I won't. I wouldn't do that.
19 points of damage.
Okay,
I'm-
not
do we take
terrible.
9 or 10?
Take 9.
Okay.
9. It's half rounded down.
Because it goes that way for the enemies, too.
Yep.
So, as you all hit, those of you who also failed your saves are just you lose consciousness for a brief moment as you bounce your skull off the deck and are just stunned, kind of as you slowly. Everyone's knocked prone except for Barnabas because he didn't take any damage.
Ah, I jumped.
But everyone else, as you slowly kind of get up and look around, you are now lost amid a tropical kind of jungly rainforest. Just wooded vegetation.
Do I know of any places that have this type of vegetation?
Make a nature check.
Ugh. 12?
For your time on the chain, kinda.
But still not similar. That similar.
Yeah, they look like tropical plants, but only from it. Imagine someone who had to draw a tropical island, but had never been there. It was described to them vaguely, and that's how this looks. Just a wildly overgrown, messed, twisted, draping vines. You can see a few colorful birds that are flying through the opening in the canopy that your impact has made.
Well, this seems not right.
Can I look over get up and kind of like briefly look over? Are we being held up currently by trees? Or did we
No.
crush all of them under the weight?
You smashed your way through the canopy, and because I rolled really well for the third blade, you weren't impaled or spiked on any trees. You have landed on your keel. Your keel is probably badly damaged.
The ship is landlocked. I mean, it's gone.
Or on land. It can't do much anymore.
I don't know what you're talking about. The ship isn't totaled yet.
It's not total, but it is landlocked, and I think that might be worse.
Yeah, but it's like when your car is on a boat. It's not completely useless once you get it back to land.
How are we
Yeah,
getting this back to the ocean? How are we doing that?
we can totally drink it, right?
Yeah, as
Okay.
Blade just put in. Yeah, just buff out the scratches.
You're good. You're
You're
good. You're
good.
good.
You're good.
Mister kind of coughs up, kind of pulls out, kind of spits out one of his canines. Is everyone all right? Sound
Just
off!
Barnabas. Wait. One.
Silas 2.
3.
And as more and more stunned and shaken and battered sailors come up from above decks, the final count of the crew is at 96.
How low is that compared to usual?
You set sail with 160 souls.
That's not as bad as I thought it was gonna be.
Not as bad as I was going to be. Not going to laugh. I lost like
Yeah.
over half the crew right there.
Yeah.
Again, the third blade rolled really well, so she held together really well. Most of the casualties came from
The
the
battle.
salvo, fighting, and then when the ship finally impacted, as you are about to learn after a few minutes, just everybody collecting themselves and getting around. Most of the casualties were when unsecured, like cannonballs and barrels and cannons, kind of bumper card their way around the decks.
Mm,
Or people falling off the side.
Yeah.
that'll do it.
Titanic style. Ah!
These trees, are they climbable?
Mm.
Yes, they don't have so much in the way of like low branches, but what they do have is weird, like bulbous, like knobs and knurls, like almost like amputated limbs that sapped over
Oh,
on the
weird.
lower
Okay.
trunks.
Well, I'm going to, as I kind of test these, do they hold firm?
Yeah, it's like climbing a pine tree. You can feel your hands getting covered in sap as you climb it, but they
That's
will.
fine. Yeah, I'm going to try and climb up one of the taller ones to the top and just kind of survey the area around us as best I can.
All right. You climb up. So you're aware, just before you do this, the main mast is still standing.
The crow's
Is the
nest
main
still
mast
there.
taller than the trees?
Yes.
Then I will go up the main mast instead. I thought
Yeah,
I thought the trees would be taller. I thought the trees would be a lot taller.
The trees are like, again, the trees are really tall. They're like 40 to 60 feet tall. But again,
Yeah.
the third blade's mast sticks like almost, especially now that she's on dry land, her crow's nest is almost 100 feet in the air.
Gotcha. All right. Then I will climb that.
And climbing it and peering over, you can see, as you look back the way you came, you can see back up the hill in the 40-foot kind of ledgy cliff that the third blade plummeted off of. You can see the path of destruction that she carved on her way falling down. Make a perception check, please.
I'm good at these.
That's what you notice right away.
That's a crit. That's a natural 20.
Woo!
Big money, baby.
Let's go!
Other thing that you notice is, first of all, you are on a big humped island. Imagine, I can actually draw it for you. Drawings, guys.
It's not gonna be a hand. It's not gonna be a classic hand drawing.
Oh,
Yeah. Ben's getting fancy with it.
he is. Might be important.
Hey, it's not a hand drawing, so it's fancy. It's how it works. I don't make the rules, Ben.
So, you guys, from your position, you can see the third blob. Put a little mark on it. The third blade is right about here. You are near the coast,
Okay.
and you can currently see that there is a tri-humped island. With this one kind of further back, but all sort of in a almost slightly pressed, like almost like a jelly bean style of a shape.
Yeah. Okay.
That slight curve, and you are right around here-ish,
And we are
looking
for
out across.
sure. Yeah, we're on an island.
Yes, and you can see on the hill on the opposite side of where you're at, you can see buildings, like the tops of spires.
Okay. At
Huh.
the top of the far hill, basically, because there was the hill we came down, the hill we're on, and then the third hill has the spires.
Yes.
Okay.
You can also see with that super high that's what you can see, like just as a quick scanning as you're looking closer. You can see where the Destiny rolled off the slope as well. You can see the path, and whereas you basically hit straight and then just basically went in a straight line downwards because of your super long keel, the Destiny, which was a shorter ship, went forward, must have hit something that was able to withstand her weight, and pitched sideways
Oh
and rolled
no.
the rest of the
Ugh.
way down there. But and you can still see her because rolling there's a lot more for her to hit. So
Yeah.
she is stuck. Her keel is totally cracked, snapped in half, about half, 2/3 of the way down this hill, kind of in a more parallel direction to where you are.
Okay. Yeah. That I don't think a single person survived that. I'll be honest.
I mean, I would like to still check and see if they had any slaves on board, though.
What you also notice with that natural 20 and the super high result it created,
Yeah, a total of 28. That would be.
you see other similar style furrows on this island, both on the across the where you could see areas where the forest isn't as tall and they are, especially to your trained inquisitive eye, there are other tracks, and looking.
Oh, did I crash? Oh no. So, sorry to those watching. I just crashed. I'm going to leave the Discord and rejoin and see if I can fix that there. While I do that, I'm going to mute up and just put on a little overlay. Hopefully, be right back.
Huh?
All right, we're back. To those watching, should be all fixed up. Sorry about the little delay there. Discord decided to not like us for a second, but we are
Yeah.
back and all good to go.
No difficulties.
All right, so
What was the last thing you heard?
last thing I heard was you were saying there was old furrows that had been started to be formed. Yeah.
And you can see that there's some bits where the ground is bare, other bits where the foliage has started to grow back in. And you can also see it, even looking even closer than that, you can see old bits of mast, or in some cases, grown over parts of ships, or other spots, bits of sail drifting and fluttering like white flags, and the slight breeze that's blowing through here off further in the distance.
Okay. So this is a common thing then, or more common than we would like it to be at least. So I'll climb back down, and I'm gonna just pull Captain Vissler aside. I don't want to shout this out to everyone. So there is a few things that I noticed. There is what seems to be buildings of sorts in the distance on one of the hillsides. And would that have been like, would I point like north, south, east, west? Would I be able to tell it all, or is it kind of all skewy right now?
It'd be better to use.
Just pointing.
You would use ship orientation
Yeah.
rather than
Then
because
yeah.
looking up, you don't see it. It's like all. You know how like the sun gets very diffused in like an overcast day, so you can't really see where the
Yeah.
sun is.
It's like that.
Except the sky is like cerulean blue
Wild.
and totally clear.
Wild. All right. More fun facts. So as I try to like look at the sun and like pick things out, I'm like, I'll use a ship direction.
Yeah, so the third blade is facing forward away from the other two islands aftward.
So aftward. And then it seems that the Destiny also ended up here somehow. However, they had a far worse off fate than we did. We at least slid when we arrived. They tumbled. And then, along with that, this is the most interesting thing, I suppose. This seems to be a common thing that many times ships before us have had a similar thing happen to them and shown up and been destroyed upon this island. I don't know why or how, but from my viewpoint, I could see that this has happened before. And some places the trees have regrown, some places there is still dirt to be seen. This is not a uncommon thing for this island.
I have an idea, but I refuse to believe that it could happen.
Out with it.
Within the Nair.
Hmm?
Within the Nair.
Common?
Which Within Draenor, which to any sailor in this group,
Oh, I'm a sailor. I have a sailor background. Okay.
I am too.
all of you,
No, I'm tiny fisher background.
Aww.
Hmm.
Get my note page out.
so you can make a history check, O fisherman thou.
Oh, okay.
17.
You pay attention to your legend. Within Draenor, or the Shadow Dream, is a ghost island.
Okay.
Thought to be part of the Snow Elf Kingdom many years before even before early in the Third Age.
And does it say that ships will just appear here? Is that like a thing?
It is believed that the island, it's a ghost island, and that it is a carnivorous island, and the spirits of dead elves use it to eat ships. Sailing too close to the waters, and those that trespass in the mistwood.
So we were too close. So it basically translates to we were too close to their island somehow.
That's just the legend.
That's the legend, yeah. That's based on the legend. Okay.
Hmm.
So as I'm alone with Whistler currently. There must be something else. We were close to the elven lands, correct?
Yes.
We were close to the elven lands. This may be some elvish magic trickery of some sort.
Perhaps. Did you mention the spires you saw doing, right?
Yeah.
Perhaps there's some elves at this buildings or spires, whatever, that we could communicate with.
Yes. Possibly we were trespassing on their territory in some sort, and this is some holding cell that they create.
Yes, and perhaps we're meant to go speak to our captors and
I agree.
try to come to some sort of conclusion.
Do we want to check on the Destiny? The only reason I say this is I would prefer not to get stabbed in the back should any of them see us at some point.
I'm right there with you, lad. Alright. If you'd be willing, you take a crew. You have Silas pick out some of his boys. Go and check out the Destiny. I'll take some other men and head out there. Try and greet our overlords. Our jailers. And then Ronson, start assessing the damage. See what can be done. So, Barnabas and I have come up with an idea that might be able to get us out of here. And I'd rather not sink to the bomb like a stone.
And Colton, what should we...
Colton, it's up to you. Would you rather go with those lot or come with me? Your skills will be appreciated either way you go.
I'll let him decide. Colton.
I heard. I would prefer to go with Barnabas and Silas, if that is all right with you, Captain. I feel if there is a dispute, I would rather be there to protect what crew we have left.
Alright. Sounds reasonable enough to me.
Before you go and speak with the captors, Captain, should we check out the Destiny, return here, and maybe get some rest before going to meet with them? The crew is battered, bruised, yourself included.
I knew I kept you around for a reason, lad. Aye. We'll wait till you return from the Destiny before we set out. Those pointy ears live long enough. They can wait a little longer before we go and talk to them.
If it's that important, they should talk to us first.
Fine assessment.
All right. Silas, bring some of the more quiet of the good men.
If you want quiet, I shouldn't be going.
You're there in case quiet is not what we need.
Alrighty. Come on, let's go. I'm gonna point at a couple of few scrawny lads that are not, dead.
They're more similar to me.
Yeah.
Any individuals with a passive insight of 14 or higher.
Hey! That's me.
As you leave from talking to Visser, you can see him. He is probably angrier than you've ever seen him before.
Yeah, I figured.
Hey.
It is not obvious from his tone of voice. It's obvious from the pearls of blood coming up along his lip from biting it so hard.
Mm-hmm. Again, yeah, that's part of the reason Barnabas probably was like, let's wait until tomorrow to talk to the elves so that Whistler doesn't go on shooting muskellocks. So we will quietly make our way to the Destiny. I don't want to be just marching loudly through.
So,
Well, first we need to get up this cliff.
It's not a cliff. It's a big hill, basically.
Big ol' hill.
Right?
you
Steep
went off a cliff, but there is like sloping upwards.
Yeah.
So basically, you pick the worst spot to fly off of this thing.
Thanks, Ben.
Thanks, trajectory gods. Fuck you, gravity.
Hey! Okay, but you would be able to move your way around.
All right.
I mean,
We will-
up the cliff. I mean, if you want to go
No,
if you want to go as the crow flies, the cliff is the straightest line.
No, we're not going up the cliff.
Fine.
Well, I wanted to have fun.
I don't want the random crew members to fall to their death. Or Josh, for that matter.
I can climb, maybe.
Anyways.
As you make your way through the woods, could I have somebody make a survival check?
I prefer not me.
Whoever's taking point on this.
That's me.
I will. Can I give him advantage since I am proficient?
Because you're proficient, yes, you can give him advantage. As
Same
you
thing
help
either way, which isn't bad. A 13. I rolled a 13 twice.
All right.
Oh.
And everybody, please make stealth checks. This is where applicable. Silas, how many men do you bring with you?
I brought 4.
4?
It's more of a scouting party.
Yeah. I feel like Donovan.
No way,
Can't
you're
be
that
that
bad, right?
Yeah, you can't be that bad.
No,
So,
not that bad.
Barnabas,
22.
I didn't get a 0.
Colton,
18.
Silas,
4.
Nice.
still somehow better than your crew with a 3.
I brought the quiet ones.
Silas, I told you to bring the quiet ones, not the... Whatever.
I thought I did. That prove me wrong.
However, as you continue to move deeper into these woods, Barnabas, Colton, you start to understand that you can't exactly blame them for being noisy. As you are moving, it's almost as if you're putting your foot down and then having to stop and readjust as you were about to step on just the driest, juiciest, crackiest branch possible. As you make your way through the whole woods, occasionally kind of getting stuck on bits of undergrowth. As these woods, it's kind of like it is a shaded forest. It's overgrown, kinda. It is hard to explain. It looks thick, like thick vegetation, until you get up to it, and it's only like light undergrowth.
Oh,
And
along those lines, is it green vegetation? Is it like alive, or is it like dead?
alive, very alive.
Okay.
And
With life.
it's teeming with life, but is it necessarily green or is this vibrant colors?
Make a perception check. Or investigate, depending on how close you want to look at things.
I would be standing back, making a perception check rather than investigation.
Okay.
Unnatural 20.
Very nice.
And so, Colton, as you're looking at these trees, you're catching it because you're keeping a very close eye on it. It's almost like you think you see a colorful, almost like parrot type tropical bird in one of these trees. But as you look at it, it's when like you get into the right orientation for a bunch of objects, then they look like a pear or something. But other than that, it's just a bunch. It's like that where it's only a parrot from that one point of view. Otherwise, it's just very vibrantly colored leaves that once you've moved past and you look back from another angle are just regular leaves. They don't look like a parrot at all. And it's like this as you're moving along where you think you're seeing, and you can hear animals. You can hear, as you've gone further away from the ship and are moving quieter-ish, you're starting to hear animals and little hoots and chirps and quacks and all just this very bountiful life, but you're not seeing any fauna at all around you. except for those like flash lined up images that then stop being that.
I don't like this at all.
All right.
You're also Colton because you're looking out for it, and Barnabas because you're a wary motherfucker.
Mm-hmm.
You hear a big cat off in the distance.
Very, very quiet. There are predators. We must be careful.
We should have someone watching our backs at all times, rather than always looking ahead, even if it takes away a little bit of our stealth.
Mm.
Try.
Thank you. Yeah. Good, Silas. You're not the quietest, anyways.
No, not now. So, I'll be
Roll
watching
your
that.
puny dice, man.
Yeah.
Just him?
Is anyone else? You assigning anyone else? These other guys are your peons right now. They're gonna
I
do
mean,
what
yeah,
you tell
one
them.
other. Yeah, there'll be Silas and one other guy along with him.
One other guy.
Perception, I'm guessing? Yeah.
Uh,
My first good roll for tonight.
No, you've had good attack rolls.
And one.
Yeah,
You had good
And
damage
I had
rolls.
advantage.
yeah.
That is true. I had good damage rolls.
What'd you roll,
most-
Josh?
What'd you roll?
Oh, 22.
Big number.
Yeah.
Big number.
So, as we're moving on, your pace goes from slow to
Oh.
snail-like.
Yeah.
As you are very quietly keeping your eyes open, keeping your ears open, just absorbing everything. And now you too, Silas, notice what Colton was noticing with these lining up things that then vanish as you move past them.
No thanks.
So deeper in, you reckon you're only about 200 feet away from the Destiny when suddenly everything goes pitch black.
Uh-oh.
And the vibrant, chirping, lively sounds of day are instantly replaced with the cicada creeping, hooting sound of just nightlife.
I will, as a human, pull out one of my torches and.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. Just kind of
Yeah.
light my torch and just.
A couple other of your men will also.
Yeah,
light
I would also
torches.
pull out a torch and prestidigitation it on.
Oh, you don't have to actually light it. All right.
Ah,
Yeah,
fancy
fancy
schmancy.
There's a hole in the loft. And you hear that big cat again, closer and ahead of you.
I'll continue creeping closer, just as quietly as we can.
Shortly after, you hear a echoing throughout the jungle.
Was that a scream?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, your mic cut.
You got cut off because you're too loud.
There's a
Oh. Somebody messed with the wrong
Yeah,
cat.
just continue slowly creeping forward. I didn't like that. He's getting ready.
Yeah.
I'll continue forward. Closer and closer. You start to see little bits of fire. You pause for a moment as you see bits of fire ahead of you. Probably another 100 feet ahead of you.
Yeah.
Finally visible through the undergrowth.
Do we see any people around these fires?
And are they moving? Are they like torchlight fires, or are they?
They are like torchlight more campfire
Okay.
style. there are 3 of them. And you can see, as you get a little bit closer and peek a little bit closer around, they are all situated around the wrecked Hulk of
Yeah.
Destiny.
Are there people around them? That was the big question.
Yeah.
No.
Oh. Hmm.
Are
On
they
that, yeah.
with them illuminating the ground nearby? Is there anything on the ground surrounding them?
Mm.
Any tracks?
Make a perception check.
Can we all do this
That
as we're
is
all
a-
kind of just
Yeah,
peering
we're
in
all-
there? Yeah.
But anyone
Yeah.
who wants to look can do
Yeah.
So that's a
It's a
25 from me.
16 from me. Oh, okay.
23 for me.
Well, okay, fine.
So
Colton's like, I rolled well. Silas and
Wrong.
Barnabas.
as those of you who are looking, look. You can see the Destiny is lying on her side, and she has been split straight open. You can see right up into her bunks and her gun wells.
Yeah.
Everything that wasn't tied down, and even things that were tied down, are now lying scattered on the bottom on her side. The campfires appear to be made of bits of loose timber and rock, and you can see bedrolls and bits of sail and hammock and cloth laid out around these fires that have been lit. They appear to have been, for those of you that got above 20, there are very evident signs of struggle. The bedrolls are slashed, gashed. There apparently were 5 campfires that were lit that have kind of been further out on the edges, closer to this tree line that the Destiny made when she landed, that have been totally picked aside, put on, or just little spare coals. There are weapons lying around, and you were able to. And Barnabas, you got 23, right?
25.
I got
20
23.
Yeah, I got a 25.
So both of you then are also able to notice the last bit of a pair of legs kind of being dragged off into the undergrowth on the far side.
All right.
I know where
Very-
the cat's at.
Very quietly, we are going to begin making our way back.
Yep. Kitty can stay
Are
over
we
there.
all? Are the 4 crew members with us all humans as well? Because I know us 3 are all human.
One of them's a half elf. He's the only that he's the guy that didn't light the torch.
I figured.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right, Blade. Legs, who needs them? All right, so we're gonna begin making our way back.
As you
Yeah.
quietly been making your way back. First of all, I need a survival check.
All right. I'm actually gonna have the half elf in the back with Silas watching our rear.
And this will be with disadvantage.
Can it be a neutral because I've got my friend
Yep.
helping us? Okay. Big 17.
All right. Silas?
Oh, for survival?
Perception.
Perception. Okay. 17.
Your half elf got a natural 20.
What a
Yes.
man! What a man!
Oh my god, yes.
All right, Blade, you have to name our half elf just so you know. I know we're lagged behind you, but whenever you see this, you gotta name our half elf. So Blade's gonna name our half elf companion. We can continue on.
And so, as you've been making your way, can I get another stealth check from her?
Of course. Not bad.
I want to commit suicide.
I don't even have training in stealth, guys.
Yeah.
I'm a rogue with no training in stealth.
You're still going to do great, though.
Alright, his name is Axi, guys. AXI. Gotta write it in the journal. It will forever be known. His name is Axi.
It's in the journal.
until he dies in about 5 seconds.
Nope, he's surviving. We're making sure he lives.
Yeah, it's new
Well,
territory.
For every yin, there is a yang, because he rolled a 1 on his stealth check.
Of course he did. What a man. It's because he's just watching too close. He's watching too close. He's not watching
He's
his
paying
footing.
well
Yeah.
because he's cracking every branch. Your crew got like a 17 though, so they're doing all right.
Yay.
Barnabas,
18.
Colton,
11.
Silas.
5.
So, as you continue to make your way through this,
Make my way.
Downtown.
just make your way through. Suddenly, anyone they got over a 15, everything goes silent. All the noise, and it is just you hear people like if someone smacks their lips, another person adjusts their arm. You hear the rattle of a scabbard as Silas instinctively just loosens his sword in its sheath. Look out! Actually calls out as a black blur as everyone whips over to the side, looking at it. As you look at it, it comes into focus, and just this massive black blur lunges out at you from the trees. Everybody, roll initiative, please.
Oh, God.
It's a blink. Or something. I don't fucking know.
Guys, this is not good. I am very low health.
Yeah, I am almost bloodied. I am like 2 from being bloodied.
Josh, I'm at a third health or less.
Oh no.
I got the shit beat out of me by that orc. This is not good. Very bad.
Oh, but no.
All right, and then we get Axie on his own roll. Really high number.
Yeah, boy.
The rest of your dudes, also a really high number.
Can't wait to go last and do nothing. Yeah.
Barnabas,
A 19.
Colton,
17.
Silas,
7.
and these things.
Things?
Things?
Thanks to Axie's eagle eyes, they don't get a surprise round.
Things? Multiple?
Well, yeah. You don't ever know when another one's going to come up from behind you. Any losers. Top of the order is Axie. Axie is going to draw his very whippy, curved, elvish, yippy-yappy scimitar, and he is going to strike at the one that lunged for one of the guards bearing a torch. His swing, does not hit. Does not even get close to it. It didn't even pretend to hit.
Oh, never mind.
He does get 2 attacks, so
Hmm.
no.
Shit.
However, Axie is going to shit. Look out! Look out! They are coming for us. Another. Barnabas, you're up. As you swing your torch to get a better look, as you were in the lead and attack the middle, you swing around to look at it. It looks like the best way to describe it is it's there when you look at it, but every time your torch flickers or crackles, it's like it's being drawn in at different spots, and you can't see exactly where it is because you're not at the right angle to line the picture. Yeah. Currently, you can only see the one. Yes, you are. You do not have advantage. That works. $36 damage. Oh boy.
Well, damn.
All right. So, as you pull your cutlass out, make a massive strike at it, your blade, you just kind of you almost feel like you're better off closing your eyes and swiping. And as you swipe, you feel it slicing. You hear a as you whip it on, you see just these blazing yellow, pupilless eyes whip around you as the image lines up for just one split second to see those eyes as it goes back to being just out of focus. As you really go, oh, dodge, just sidestep left. As next up, if there's nothing else from you, all right. Next up are the other men who, seeing this thing, are going to go, oh shit! And it is to the credit of the crew of the Third Blade that rather than running, they stand and deliver and draw their blades and all strike out, trying to hit this fiend that erupted from the brush to hit them.
Let's go. Nah, of course not. Barnabas, run. Never.
And they all have disadvantage, so
Uh-oh. All of them.
two of them could, and those guys, but their first rolls were dog shit anyway. However, two of them hit. No, one of them hit. My bad. One of them hit.
Damage is damage is damage.
And it is a whole 4 points of damage.
Damage is damage.
That is their turn. Next up,
I wonder.
Colton.
Yeah, it's gonna leave before then, though.
So it's currently being surrounded and just attacked repeatedly.
You think it's being surrounded and attacked repeatedly.
Correct.
It's hard to tell where it is.
That being said, would I even be able to target it with a spell? Since I can't even really focus on it?
You can certainly try.
Hmm. Well then, I will be uh casting the frostbite cantrip, trying to force it to make a constitution saving throw.
All right. A Constitution saving throw?
Yes.
That is big, like a 21.
Well then, I do nothing.
So, Colton, as you hold out your hand and utter your magic incantation, a lance of frost extends from your clenched fingertips. It passes through, and it's weird because now it's again, it's that exact same kind of illusion, but now it's like someone's drawn a line of ice across it, which doesn't help at all to line it up, surprisingly. Anything else from you? Basically, yes.
No, that'll end up being it for me.
Silas, you're up.
I gotta go. Hey, intriguing. And there's no way I can flank with people, can I?
This thing
You
is
just-
all.
What's up?
You can move into position. Yeah, you could move up to try to flank it. Again,
Yeah.
even figuring out where it is hard to do.
Stupid. I don't like this. Yeah, so I'm gonna try and flank the thing.
And Colton, just for my sake, are you nearer to the edge of where you guys are at, or are your fellow crew members? Like you standing off to the side?
I mean, I would normally take the position like a few steps back from the rest of the crew.
Okay.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah. All right. So it's kind of flanking. Yeah. So then, if as my action, I'm going to cast Booming Blade. I hope my sword gleams in this white light as I enchant my blade and I go for a strike with Booming Blade as an action. 28 to hit.
Did you roll this? Yes.
Yeah, it's just a straight roll. So that hits. So it's going to be this. So that's 12, 10 plus 8 thunder damage. As now the thing is coated in a aura of energy, basically. As Wingblade states, if it willingly moves, it will take an extra 2d8 thunder damage as it snaps the aura around it.
All right. So
And then
18 points of damage total.
Yep. And then bonus action to take another swipe at it.
Yep.
That one, of course, because fuck me, I roll good once. Just get shit. Yeah.
All right.
Woo!
So.
Yeah.
The one that you all have surrounded is going to. You hear just that, and then two just its outline jags outwards to the sides, and almost. I'm sure you've seen the image of that cat that's going like that on the news, just totally wigged out. It almost looks like it's doing that, but its arms are like 8 feet long, and it lashes out at the two individuals on either side, at the two crewmen on either side of it,
Oh no.
hitting both of them.
Mm. I mean, it's still coated in energy if we can see it better, I guess.
Yep, dealing 9 points of damage to the one guy. He is the other guy, however, as the first guy, it strikes him, and as you watch, as this thing touches him, it's almost like someone is laying its hand on his chest and just pulling out chunks of his flesh as it comes back away from him, leaving this big sucker-like mark on his chest. He goes, "Argh!" Dropping his torch to the ground and clutching at his wound, kind of just crying out in pain, as the other one got caught on the face and neck and just collapsing backwards.
Jesus. Ah, that's a major oof.
And then It does not get advantage on you, Colton, because Axie was able to call it out. And so, Colton,
Yes.
I need you to make an acrobatics or athletics check, your choice.
Well, the same exact thing. +1. That's a 5.
What do you get?
5.
As Colton, you feel something wrap around you and then yank you off your feet backwards into the tree line.
Fuck.
Hmm.
And then a strike is made against you.
Okay.
Does a 19 hit?
Yes.
You take 12 points of damage as you feel just this on your chest. And you can feel just little chunks you ripped out.
So we can't see him anymore, can we?
You can see his torch. You can see the light of it. He had a torch. You can
Okay.
see him holding it, being pulled off into the woods, and you can see now in the flickering, sputtering light of his torch, another one of these shapes over above him, reaching down with
No.
these things. And it looks like someone, again, these lines are kind of coming out at weird angles and unaligned, like a straw on a glass angles from this shape and striking out at him. Everybody, please roll initiative.
Yeah. It's fine. We're fine. Everything's fine.
Barnabas. Jesus, man. Colton.
19.
Silas.
16. Woo!
All right. Barnabas, you're up.
Alrighty.
Actually, the other one. Yeah, actually, the one. Actually, no. You'd have to flank with the other guard who got struck, because Axie is flanking with Silas right now. Right. Yep. That will hit.
Woo!
All right. So you strike and strike deep into this thing, and for a split second, it all lines up as you hit, and you see this thing. It's almost like a centipede. In a, it's like a if a cat had it were a centipede, just like an unnatural amount of limbs growing all around it, all over it. Imagine like a bird, but with a cat's head sticking on like a 6 foot long neck on the end of it, just covered in all these different paws and limbs, and staring at you with hate. But it is bleeding all over. You can see that a lot of it's there's bits of it. It's almost like its arms are its fur, and they're matted. Like a bunch of them are just hanging limp. There's only a handful now even able to approach you as this thing disjoints back into that unknowable pattern. All right. Colton, as
Yes.
you are being held by this thing, something traumatic comes into the light of your torch. It is moving very quickly towards you.
Hmm. I'm going to cast a fourth level question. Since I am a full caster, can I cast two spells with an action and bonus action?
As long you are at the level where one of the you can, as long as one of them is a cantrip.
One of them has to be a cantrip. Okay.
Yeah. That's the level that you're at right now.
Then I will cast Shocking Grasp as my action to uh, to try to hit this thing. I assume I have disadvantage.
Yep.
Okay. Okay. So 19.
That hits.
Very nice. Okay, that's a good range. Good range. Very nice.
It cannot take reactions until the start of its next turn. Ooh,
We like that.
ooh. 15 damage.
Ooh. See,
Damn.
I gotta be a rogue to do that kind of damage, guys. What the heck?
So you reach out, you grab onto this. As you reach out, you kind of and you watch these cracks of electricity shoot back up, and you guys from behind you and above you as this thing is now in this indeterminate place looming over, and all you can make out now lined up are just those two baleful yellow eyes glaring down at you.
Well, they won't be soon, as I'm going to cast bonus action Misty Step to back myself up towards the rest of the crew. And then
You,
use my movement to stand up, since I assume I'd be prone after that.
you can teleport standing up.
Oh, okay.
Oh, what's your dexterity? Is it a 13?
12.
So no, you would be prone.
Okay. Yeah.
You would have
Then,
to use that for and back up.
yeah, I mean, I'll have my movement to stand up. Uh, there's something else out there. Something worse.
And that's something worse. Anything else from you?
Nope.
You see that something else come like a metallic bullet in the light of your torch and slam into the side of that creature that was mauling you.
Oh,
Maybe it's not something worse. Maybe it's something better.
there's
No,
always bigger
it's
fish,
definitely
right?
worse.
How do you
There's
know
always
it's worse?
bigger fish.
How do you know it's worse? How do you
It's
know?
like, you hear this yelling. You just that again that screech, that just unearthly yelling screech from this creature, and the thing that slammed into it is making it sound like it can only be described as oh, 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 but more bassy. not more tinny, I should say. Like you're hearing it through a tin can on a string.
Hmm.
Wild.
Intriguing.
Next up, the guard. The two guards standing are going to, first of all, see if they're brave or not. One of them is going to go, fuck this, and turn and run away into the woods.
I'm guessing that's the one that got hit.
Yes. However, oh wait, that hits him.
Oh.
But don't worry, guys. He only takes enough damage to kill him because he had 2 hit points left.
Oops.
So, as he turns to run away, you see one of these things kind of reach out, grab his leg, and pull back. And as he goes, oh, no, no, he starts crawling away. It lands on the back of his head, and he stops making noise as it pulls away from him.
Yeah. Large oof. Another crew member gone.
Fucking shit, man.
The last one standing, however, has made a sterner stuff, and he will strike out at it.
With no disadvantage.
Yeah, no disadvantage. Oh wait, yes, he does have disadvantage because he's flanking with
Silas. He's flanking with Silas.
Oh yes,
It's shiny, too. That helps.
Well, it didn't help him because he rolled a 3.
Fuck.
Well,
So,
that's a shame.
whoa, now you know that a 7 doesn't hit him either. Next up, after him, is Silas.
Hey. I think we should get the fuck out of here, guys.
That's exactly turn around back on the one mauling.
No, I know. I was saying, after this fucker's dead, you get the fuck out of here. Alright.
Get the fuck out of here.
Out of here to Boston for a second there. Anyways, it's not moving. However, it does more damage. Again, booming blade.
You're recasting it?
I get extra damage on it. If I hit with it.
It ended at the... So when he uses
Yeah.
it ends at the beginning of the next turn, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, if it moves. And again, Ben, it's a cantrip. I put on my blade, and I also got attack with that cast.
Yeah.
So it's basically just...
It's one of the Tasha's
That's
cantrips.
Yeah.
Well, technically, it's not Tasha's cantrip. It was in Sword Coast Adventures Guide. That's okay.
Nobody knows what Sword Coast Adventurer's Guide is, Joe.
Does an 18 hit then?
I like that book.
I like Sword Coast. 18. Did you roll? Yeah, that hits.
Cool. Alright, so that's going to be 14 total damage from that one. And again, it is shining bright like a diamond.
14 points of damage.
Yep.
As you strike into this thing, your blade crashes down with that. As it hits, you watch as this thing lurches forward. All the shapes line up, and you make your Hail Mary strike slam into its skull. And you watch that head, as you all now can see what Barnabas saw in that brief moment, that matted ball of just flailing arms all over. And Silas, you are holding a sword embedded in that thing's head, and you can see just those flat, glowing yellow eyes staring at you in hate. As the neck, you see that as it starts moving towards you, there's no strength behind it, so its neck is coiling up like a spring behind it. It's trying to push itself towards you. These limbs moving around, claws. You can feel these paws that aren't paws. They're like cupped hands filled with sharp, jagged needles that kind of extend outwards, and kind of you can hear they make a little tinkling noises that they scrape and screech along your armor before it slumps to the ground. Still kind of.
Fuck. I want a bonus action stab it again. Make sure it's dead.
Yeah, and even though it's dead, its eyes remain fixed, looking at you. And no matter where you... the eyes don't stop glowing, and no matter where you move around it, it still feels like it's staring at you. As its body is now, it's still kind of disjointed, but it's disjointed in the way that like the birds are, where now it's a permanent fixed spot. So as long as you're standing right where you were when it died, you can see it.
I think this thing's gone for some time. It's still looking at me.
Then we leave. Correct?
That's the hope.
Yes, we should run now while the other one's preoccupied.
With
We don't worry
whatever
about
that
it.
is.
We go.
Yeah.
All right. Next up, after Silas, comes the other one, which is going to make a swing at this thing pestering it. And hit twice.
Good. Keep it preoccupied.
Twenty points of damage to it.
Keep them both preoccupied. Big money, baby. Unless he killed it instantly. Wouldn't that be funny?
It would be funny. He almost did. And then it will. You watch this thing starts moving deeper back into the undergrowth, moving away. You can hear it hissing and its outline is shimmering and shifting backwards, leaving that chrome thing standing still. Oh, the chrome thing gets an attack. Oh, wait, he doesn't have disadvantage. But he still doesn't hit.
He's garbage.
It would be better if you, again, single digits are great, except when, Anyway, so, as next up, I won't have you guys roll initiative yet, as this chrome thing stands still and goes, and then you hear the, and it's sort of, when like something's unbalanced and you can it's like standing on legs, and then you can kind of tilt it and it just kind of falls over like that.
Yeah.
That's what it does, and it's now there, and you can see its back leg is going.
If I like shift around, am I able to make out what I'm looking at here?
Yeah. It looks vaguely hound shaped.
Aww, shard puppy. I just kind of. What I have.
It suddenly disappears with a almost exactly that noise just now. And it is now in the center of your group, on its side, like a knocked over clockwork toy, kicking itself in slow circles. Arm.
I'm gonna try and help it up.
Yeah, and at this angle now, this is definitely some kind of metallic dog thing. It looks heavily dented, dinged up, worn in. It looks overgrown in some spots. And it has just flat, glass-like green eyes that are still faintly glowing with this like bluish, greenish light. As it's and as you reach out and grab onto it, it stops moving.
How heavy is if I try to pick it up?
Astonishingly light.
I'm just gonna pick this up and go. All right, let's move.
Why aren't we taking it with us?
Why would we not?
As you pick it up, you see it. Oh, first of all, you can see that its body, inside little bits of it, there are little bits of tendril and coil and running just odd metal bits.
Why would we not?
As
Seems useful.
it's back on its legs, you see it. It's and you can see it. It is now looking up at. Well, no one because you didn't. It's not facing anyone, but its face is up. Its mouth. It is very, very rudimentary shaped. Very much. It is like. It is the 2000. It is the Toy Story Sid's dog
Yeah.
levels of detail on this thing, and its mouth is just open and it is emitting that tinny on.
I'm gonna can I just pick it up and take it with us as we make our way back?
If you want to,
That's my plan. Yeah.
It's like barely 20 pounds.
Yeah, that's my plan. Why would we not? It seems like something useful. At the very worst, maybe we can figure out who exactly brought us here.
Let's just move.
Axie, you and I lead the way.
The thing shuts up. It'll be giving away our position. And as you continue to make your way back towards the third blade, it eventually does. After about 100 feet or so, shut up, and its mouth just.
That's good. Are we able to make it back?
You are, especially once you see the fires being lit. And if it weren't for those fires, you might have been stumbling around for a while looking for the third blade. Because it is pitch black. It is total darkness.
There is no moon, there's no stars, it's just
no moon,
black, yeah.
No stars, nothing. You can hear above the sound of the nightlife as it's returned after this event, you can hear very distantly the sound of water breaking on rocks and on a shore.
Well, as we make it back to the third blade, would this be a good stopping point for the session tonight?
It would be.
All right, then I think from there, thanks for those who tuned in. This is where we're going to be ending for tonight. Our plan is to be back at this again in 2 weekends from now. So this will be the weekends of the 15th and 16th, one of those 2 days. Hopefully earlier than 9 o'clock start time, but we'll see what happens, and we will continue where we left off here. I hope you all enjoyed. Yeah, go ahead, Joe.
And another note, I believe it is on this Twitch channel. Very randomly and occasionally, you might be able to find us playing some stupid video game together.
Yeah, probably Phasmophobia or League is the normal one.
Yes, something like that.
Yeah. So if you see us online at all, feel free to tune in whenever. We're always happy to have people drop by. But thanks to those who are watching. That is the end of tonight's session. I hope everyone enjoyed. So
good night, everyone.
Good night.